if you go on the way you started.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another Darachat. My name is Daramouthe, of course, and of course, well, I should scroll back on that. So I say Dara or Daramouthe because sometimes people can't say the last part right on Daramouthe. They say Daramouthe, so that's an issue. But anyway, thank you, FatalInvesting, for coming. It is it's going to be a nice time. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be a nice time. If you haven't seen my other parts of it, then you're in for a treat.
It's going to be really interesting. I was looking forward to this whole entire week. Actually, ever since you offered to have me on. So
yeah, no, and of course, I can't remember when I reached out to you. I think it was like a couple of weeks ago during the beginning of July. But it's sort of like, I tried to at least get ahead in advance to give me a buffer of like, oh, I have this many people, because I'm doing this for August as well, where I already have the first two-ish weeks full.
Yeah.
So I kind of give myself a buffer of people. But yeah, no, I'm glad to have gotten you on. Of course, it's always a weird thing where it's like you don't know. Sometimes they say yes, sometimes they don't say no, but they mean no. Sometimes they say I'll look at your stuff and get back to you, and then they get back, but they never say they're ever coming on. So it's a mixed bag of responses. But I'm glad you're one of the good responses.
Yeah, I mean, we initially wanted it to be a little bit earlier, but it turned out that last Friday, my parents were over, and I wasn't going to do a live stream while my parents were here, because then
Then you have like your parents like over your shoulder, like, oh, what's going on there? It's like, oh, come on, get out, go, mom, go,
grandma, be quiet,
get out of the frame,
Yeah. Yeah, so I was just like, yeah, we need to do this another day. And I was just like, all right, hopefully he still has open days the following week, and it turned out you did. So
Yeah, definitely had some open days, and I still, I try to, I don't do post the weekend faction as much because I try to save those for days where somebody can't do it. Like there have been a few who can't really do it because of work or something like that. But
right.
usually I try not to do those too much because I do have a full-time job and I'd like a break. So
Me too, man, me too. I know the feeling of that. I know the feeling of that.
please, Lord, I just love a little break. Please, I just want to breathe.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm actually kind of glad that I have a co-host and that
Yeah.
we alternate on video content, because when I was doing it by myself, I was making a video every single day, and it was rough. But yeah,
I couldn't. Sorry, I'm trying to get my. I'm trying to pull up my my thing to go through. But yeah, no, I don't do a video every day. I do a short every day though, because I have so many streams to pull from, and so there's so many shorts I can pull from a stream. So I could potentially have close to 2 weeks worth of shorts. So yeah.
that's the one thing where this channel is definitely lacking, is on the shorts department, because it's like we're mainly focused on video content and then streams, which streams are like the secondary thing.
Mhm.
So yeah, got Horror Storm saying hi, kids. we are tech, honestly.
Ooh. Hey, oh, hey, for a stream, and thank you,
Mhm.
Raven Black Dove.
I heard that as I read that as Raven Black Dove. That's the way that I
Okay,
read that.
gotta get ready for needed to make time to wish you. Oh, thank you, sir. This is Raven Dove. He and his daughter are part of Heck in the Y, and so
Okay,
Heck in the Y would first came on after I passed them during a pay it forward stream. So
gotcha.
they're recipients of that. But yeah, no, thank you, sir. Thank you. I don't expect it, but I appreciate it. I'm hoping I don't out myself with it, but I'm trying to figure out how to
Out
because I'm
yourself
trying to
there.
the I'm trying to open the it should have been showing up a second the Y. Oh well, yeah, there we go. Looks that way in the chat. That's weird. Yeah, it's the whole user name channel thing. So
Yeah.
yeah, unfortunately. Got your password. No, I didn't forget my email address. It's just I'm sorry. I'm
Hey,
trying to.
question. Does this look better? Does this look better, or does this look better? One second. Or does
What?
this look better?
Oh well, I mean, I can still see you. Are you talking like lighter or?
Like lighting, yeah, with the glare.
Yeah. Well, no, you're fine. I can see you. You're good.
Okay. All
Um.
right.
What? Yeah. Okay. So the email's right. Okay. I just got to look up the. Gosh dang
Careful
it.
with putting out your email. Careful with that. By
Well,
the way,
it's
shout out to 12 of you mad lads watching right now. Shout out to the 12 of you mad lads watching.
I forgot my password. Okay, this is gonna be. I'm not showing you what I'm doing on the other side, and of course, it's an email that's not my name, so it's not like. I mean, it is my name, but it's not my actual name. So
Yeah.
plus, I use Proton for all my stuff. So um,
I have a Proton thing for like the crypto stuff I have.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
really it. So
Okay, and I've got a. Okay, so do I have? Nope. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna reset the password because I don't know.
you want to show up on stream, girl? You want to show up on stream? Here, you want to show up on stream? There you go.
What?
There you go. You want to show up on stream?
Meow.
Yeah.
Okay. Reset the password. Okay, this can be fun. I'll do it to something recognizable, but you won't hear me. What was that? It was called Kitty Kitty Cat 1000. No, it's not that. And then because I can't remember my password. Please. Okay, we're good. Okay, I'm gonna try this. We're gonna refresh this because I'm gonna go back to. There we go. Boom, and then Yeah, I know. I should have had this up beforehand.
No, you're okay. You're okay. You're okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay, and I should make a login for it. For this, it's gonna take me things I should have done beforehand.
You're okay.
And then people are like, what the hell is he doing over there? Tell us, show us.
Show us everything.
Oh, I'm not gonna do that.
You want that one?
Is that the only cat you have?
So we actually just got her because we had a pretty bad mouse problem.
Oh.
Yeah, we actually had she wanted that. We actually had a pretty bad mouse problem, so we just decided to get a cat. So
did I just do? Is it just that one? Oh, really? Gosh dang it. Check your Robinhood app. Nope, that's the wrong one. Okay. Yeah, this is the fun part. Oh, it's dead air. What?
dead air. What happened?
What? Nothing.
What? Oh, okay.
Okay. No. Okay. Yes, it's me. It's not. I gotta do this whole secondary approval stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to bring up my never.
Oh, you're trying to Robin.
Yeah, I using Robinhood. Okay, so I think this should be good.
Oh man, that's all right.
I'm trying to make sure I'm not showing any name or anything like that, because
I don't know the Robinhood UI. I used to have Robinhood, but I haven't touched it in years. So.
No. I don't see a name thing on here, so we're good. Okay.
Make sure you don't have like any like specific account numbers showing.
There's nothing. This is just showing all the spaces I am to.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So I've got Bitcoin and stuff. Okay. Let's do this, and then I should be. Here we go.
So I guess I should give a little bit of background, seeing
Yes.
that you're showing your Robinhood account. Well, guys, if you just can't tell by the name down there, this is the channel FatalInvesting. I'm the main host / owner of the channel. I do have a co-host. His name is Mike, but with me, I say Fatal because that's I just go by that. But
That's fatal.
Yeah. Well, actually, so the intention of the whole FatalInvesting thing, it's like it's supposed to be like killer investing. That's supposed to be like what it is, like that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean the whole purpose of the channel is obviously to learn how to invest, more specifically to understand valuation when it comes to companies. At least that's mainly what I do, right? Understand valuations, because a lot of people just tend to look at a company, they look at the value, and then they're like, oh, it's cheap. And then it's just like, well, is it really cheap? And some people might look at a company and they might say, oh, it's expensive. I'm like, is it really expensive though? You have to base it off of what? Like, you have to base it off of something. So that's mainly what I do. And then what my co-host does is he does the opposite side of it. So I mainly do the fundamentals side of it. So I look at like income statements, balance sheets, cash flow statements. My co-host does the stuff that I can't do, which is looking at charts, patterns, which I kind of can do a little bit, but
great. No, never mind. It's over now. I don't know.
I just brought my co-host in there. But yeah, what he mainly does is like charts. He looks at patterns. He looks at like, flags, bear flags, head and shoulders kind of, which I know a little bit of it, but it's not enough for me to do anything with it.
So basically, I just wasted my time setting all that up.
No, because Robinhood doesn't really tell you much about charts, right? Charts are good for trading. What I do is for investing. It's two different things. Trading and investing are two completely different things.
That's all I do is investing, because I really haven't traded. But all right, we're gonna go.
So
back.
that's just my our main roots are in YouTube, but we're also starting to build up a thing on Rumble. So almost 600. No, I think we're like a 526 followers on Rumble. So, and we got part of the Rumble program too.
So, okay.
What's
so
up?
break it. So what you see, break it down for me, because I've just
All
been,
right.
I am so newbie that there's dust, like there's still like dust flakes still on my head, and I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
all right.
So, okay, let's see. I see you got Berkshire Hathaway B. I see you don't have A because A is the most expensive stock in the stock
No,
market.
I think that's is it?
Yeah, it's Berkshire Hathaway Class B. So there's Class A and Class B. Class A is the same company. It's just that Class A is it's worth, I think last time I checked, it's like $600,000 per share.
Oh yeah, that's I can't do that.
Well, yeah, but that's why they made Class B. But yeah, what you have there is Class B, and you have, let's see how many shares. I don't even know how many shares.
Where the
if you go back, I'll be able to see.
I can go. It's right there.
0.046. Okay, yeah, so you got fractional shares on that. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get controversial here. Rumble is not an investment.
Really?
I'm sorry to say, it's not an investment. From the and here's my reason why. I think I have like 2 or 3 videos on the channel here explaining why. And it's because, and again, hey, there's my co-host. There's the co-host. Katie Cal said that's the co-host.
Hey. Oh, A's in all capital letters too. Look at that. He wanted to be.
I sent him the live chat. That's why.
Okay.
Or the live stream, sorry. But yeah. So Rumble is not an investment. Does that mean that you don't invest into it? That's no. But the way that I see it is if you I tried doing an analysis on Rumble, you don't have 5 years of data. So any company that you don't have 5 years of data, you are essentially making a gamble as to where the company could go, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I don't consider it an investment. I consider it more of a gamble. So
yeah, well, I mean, any stock is a gamble, though, right?
Not necessarily. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily, because you can look at the company's fundamentals, and past doesn't necessarily dictate the future.
Yeah.
But if a company has had increasing net income, increasing cash flow, increasing revenue in the past 5-10 years, most likely that trend will continue unless something drastically changes.
Right.
So it's I guess it's more like poker, right? Where poker is not necessarily gambling because there's strategies and techniques you could use to it's not just random luck when it comes to poker.
Yeah.
You do have 90% of stocks are gambles. Too many people try to do. That's true though. That's 100% true.
Yeah. So out of the 90%, you gave it 100%.
Well, no. Like for example, like as I said, Rumble is a gamble because we don't have. I'm not saying that Rumble's a bad company. On the contrary, right? I like Rumble. We use Rumble. I love what Chris and everybody's doing. It's just that we don't have enough data to make a determination.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's a gamble.
Yeah.
Whereas if you look at a company like, for example, like, and I hate to say it, Google, you could easily tell that this is not a gamble. Right.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing I always try to tell people too, is that with investing, there's no such thing as morality. There's no such thing as moral investing.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah. That would be the dumbest thing ever to do, is like, oh, I'm going to invest morally. It's like, no, you're being an idiot.
I could show you, you could show me the S&P 500 heat map, and I could tell you a reason why every single one of those stocks is immoral. Every single one of them. Every single one of them. I could come up with something. You got oil, big oil, right? You got tech, Microsoft, Google, censorship. You got, I guess Google it isn't technically tech, but you got Tesla. I mean, you got Tesla. You got the fact that EVs and the whole, lithium batteries are bad. You got pharmaceuticals, big pharma. You got consumer defensives. You got Walmart, right? So you got Amazon. So it's just like you can't find any company that is moral.
He says, my favorite Lum.
Oh, dude, he has been out for Lumen. That's the company Lumen. He has. Oh man, he's going that one. He attacks that one hard.
Jeez.
Stuff Central is your big schmoney making.
I don't know about that. I'm basically at this point I'm basically just throwing. Well, I mean, Rumble. Yes, it is a gamble, and I am buying into it in order because I see the possibility of its future. Right, that's the thing I'm investing is in the possibility of its future, and of course the updates and stuff they keep going. But of course there are some downsides to Rumble that are still having issues with. We'll get that a bit later. But continue on the stock portion of it because I know you're
Well,
looking at.
I mean that really is it. And by the way, what you said there, that's perfectly fine. I own Rumble stock. I own around 25 shares of it.
Well, yeah, thanks for showing off. Now, I ain't got that kind of money.
My co-host over there, he has
Yeah.
like 100 shares of it. So
Oh.
I'm not balling here. But yeah, like, and we buy into Rumble knowing that it's a gamble, right? So, but yeah, let's check out another one.
Yes.
Okay. Let's keep
Yeah.
going down the list, good sir. Okay, QCOM. I own QCOM. I like QCOM. They make chips. Oh boy.
24-hour market. Yep.
I like Qualcomm. I don't know when you bought it, but I think mine is around like $124 or $115.
Well, this is my shares.
Average share cost right there. So you bought it at 132.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do the fractional. Like that's
fine. And that's fine.
all I can do that. There have been some I've been able to do that are like lower, like $30 or $20, but these high numbers, it's fractional because there's no other way.
Right. No, and that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. But I like QCOM. It's a company that I do own. I think I own. I should really bring that up actually. Like how many shares, but yeah. I do own QCOM. I do like that company.
And for those who don't know, Qualcomm makes the chips that Apple uses, I believe.
Correct.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's another Apple related thing. So we'll go back. I also have this. I don't remember why I got into this, but this was like
I can imagine why. I think I know why. So let me just inform you of something. Any company under $5 is technically a penny stock.
Really? Now? Can you explain it a little more?
A penny stock is a company that is under $5. that really is it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I heard the term in the Wolf on Wall Street, but I'm like, oh, so you could just trade in pennies or whatever. That's what I'm thinking of, but not. Yeah.
No, it's just that the stock is pennies. It's worth pennies.
Right.
But the technical it's not just it has to be less worth than $1. Is any stock under $5 is technically a penny stock, and that's from Investopedia. Yep.
Oh, okay. Yep. So,
Lucid.
But this was bad. Yes, here we are, right here. It's a manufacturing like EVs.
They make similar cars to like Tesla. I do know of them. So
okay, so I don't have to go explaining.
I know majority of these companies. I do know majority of these companies.
But I just did it because again it was low. So that was just
right.
And I can buy a full stock. So, but go ahead.
So remember what I stated at the beginning. Just because a company is low doesn't make it valuable. Right? It doesn't make it cheap because Lucid could have declining revenue, declining cash flow, declining net income, and the stock may be worth less than $3. Right? So you get me? It could be worth 50 cents. You get me? So that's kind of where the mentality of like, oh, it's only $5. It's cheap. Not really. Right. Because it's, it really just depends as to what you're getting from it. You get me? Because remember, these tickers are not just letters, 3 letters, 4 letters. There are companies behind them.
Yeah.
So a company makes stuff. They have revenues. So the purpose of investing, not trading, that's completely different. But the purpose of investing is you are taking part of their profits. You are now an owner. That 1.73 shares that you got there, you are 1.73 shares owner of the company Lucid.
Yeah.
Therefore you have the right to their profits.
Right.
That's basically what that is.
You're talking like the dividend stuff, right? Like the return?
No, not just dividends. Not just dividends. Share buybacks, their assets. You are an owner. Like,
yeah.
Imagine if the Daramouthe company becomes, the next Joe Rogan. and you're like,
we're
and
throwing
you
that. We're
own.
throwing that a little far. We're throwing a little far on that one.
I'm giving a perspective here.
Right.
So imagine if the Daramouthe company becomes like the next Joe Rogan, and
Mhm.
you own 100% of it, right? There's one share, and you own that one share, so you own 100% of the company.
Right.
So you are an owner of that company. You have to think of it in the same kind of way. So,
Okay. Yeah. Well, again, I am someone who. Hold on. He says LLCID looks like it may finally go to phase 3 of the IPO stage, starting to find a bottom. Got back above the 200, similar to when it spiked. So, what does he mean by that? If you could.
okay, so this is where my technical knowledge is limited, because I do not do technicals. So what he's basically saying is that yeah. Hey, Astro Doge. Hey, what's up, man? What's up?
Yo.
I love Astro Doge, man. He's awesome.
Okay. So yeah, but continue. Yeah, continue.
So I'm not too sure what he means about the phase 3 of the IPO stage. I'm assuming that they're finally going to merge with somebody, similar to what happened with DJT. That was originally DWAC, and then they merged with somebody else, and then it became DJT. I think that's what he means. And then when he says, let's see, starting to find a bottom, meaning that starting to actually just find the bottom. Like, it's probably not going to go further.
Wow.
Got back above the 200 SMA. So that means got back above the 200-day simple moving average.
Here he is. He says stage 1, go crazy. Stage 2, crash. Stage 3, bottom.
Yeah, see, I don't
So
I don't look at companies like that.
Oh, so what is he saying, that it's best to get out now or not at all?
So look at if you could pull up the max chart when it comes to Lucid right there. Click on the max. To the left.
Oh, this?
Yeah. So what you're looking at right there, I don't know when you bought it. If you want to pull up,
probably was like early or sometime last year. It was sometime last year.
So I don't know if you want to pull up Seeking Alpha. That's the website that I use when it comes to looking at all of this. But Lucid is one of those companies that we like to call meme stocks, because they got rallied up massively during the 2021 craziness with GameStop and all the garbage companies that people just thought to the moon. So yeah.
Okay, so here's what you're talking about.
Yeah. So if you type up there on the search bar LCID,
like this one, I believe.
Yep, that's Lucid. And then if you scroll down,
right,
and then click on the max, boom. So you see those peaks?
Yeah.
So those peaks are the hype. That's the stage 1 right there, going crazy. Then stage 2 is the crash, which it crashed, and then stage 3 is the bottom. So right now it's starting to find the bottom.
Okay. So I'm guessing that means it's probably best to get out now.
Steve on YouTube, hi and stuff.
Hey Steve, yeah, he's in the UK. So okay.
Nice.
I don't know why he's not showing up, but yeah. So again, I know very little of this stuff, right? And I'm just doing this on base swim, like I remember telling you about dividend stuff and all that. So from my perspective, as someone who's put in very little to it, what does that mean for me, or what does it mean that I should do? Should I stay? Should I go? Like,
I don't tell anybody what to do. That's my rule number 1, is I do not tell anybody what to do.
So okay, so
that would be
how should I better approach this issue? Is it something I should be worried about, or is it something that I should just say, look, it seems like it's not going to get any better. I'm just going to trade out and then put that somewhere else.
You only have like $6 or something like that invested. So it's not really
yeah, so it's five, we'll do 580. 580 is the total.
Yeah, so $6. Let's just round it up to $6. It's not really going to be much of a loss. Yes, if the company does keep going down, it will eventually get to zero, right? Obviously, bankruptcy.
Yeah.
But losing $6 is not really a big deal.
Right. Yeah.
It's more of just like okay, I understand now. This is okay. I understand. So if you go to the financials tab right up there, next to it says summary ratings and financials.
Summary ratings.
Yeah.
Summary ratings and financial. Okay, which one do you want?
Financials.
Oh, financials. Okay.
So if you scroll down, okay, so this is so if you go down to where it says net revenues or total revenues.
Total.
Scroll up. It should be up.
Total, here we go.
Right there. Hello revenues. So you got 4.6 billion, 4 billion, 27 billion, 606.2. Sorry, not billion, sorry, million. So you got 4.6 million, 4 million, 27.1 million, 608.2. I can't really see that. Then 595, then 618. So those are millions of dollars.
Wow.
So you can see that is a massive jump from 2020 to 2021. And then it's been just stagnant. So this is where it's like, it's not really,
I don't know if the moan, I don't know if they moan about it or not. Well,
no, they don't. We've, I have, this channel has 3,220, I believe, or 3,210 subscribers on YouTube. So no.
I bet, investing in Enron.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, Enron's
yeah. No, I know what Enron is. What Enron is.
Okay, so
I like money.
So what were you going on about this part right here?
So for example, that kind of revenue that I see that right there is not consistent enough for me to actually like it, because you see that massive spike and then just stagnant. So that right there is a red flag for me. Not to mention we only have 5 years. Not to mention that we only have less than 5 years of data, because if you look at 2019 and 2020, it's the same. It tells me that I think that they went public in 2021. So that would explain as to why that massive jump. So we really don't have enough data for the revenue. If you scroll down a little bit, go to the net income. Keep going. Keep going. Net income. So look at that net income. So the parentheses is negatives. So you got negative 277 million, then negative 719 million, then negative 2.57 billion with a B. And so that right there is a hard no, at least for me, right? So I would just personally stop right there. And there are a few other ones. There are a few other metrics that I tend to look at. One of them involves doing math. So I don't know.
What's the number times that, and then the
no. It's a simple addition. It's a simple addition. That's all that is. It's just a simple addition. Okay. But just looking at those two is enough for me to say that right there is a massive just red flag, and it's a excuse me, it's a risk, right? It's a major risk.
Right. And so and I've never traded the stocks in per se to transfer it to somewhere else. So if it's $6 is a loss, then I guess it's a loss,
Yeah.
So but I mean, it's not, and I understand not telling them what to do, but it's sort of like, okay, I don't know how to read this, how to look at it. And so it's sort of like, I ain't got no light. I need a light. Can you spare me?
Well, you see, that's the reason why. The main content that we do, or that I do, is the. I'm trying to find the stupid cat. She keeps running away from me. I love her, but my goodness. So the main content that I do is fundamental analysis. I go through all of this. I literally go through all of this, and I get the numbers from this website.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of this. Yeah, so like I have a bunch of stocks, a bunch of them. If you just, I don't think you could type in the name. I don't think you could search on Rumble. I don't know if but I always put the ticker at the end of the video, just so that way people can just, $sign and then the ticker.
Oh, go back to the. Do you want me to go back to the Rumble one? Is that what you're saying?
No. What I'm saying is, if you want to you or anybody, if y'all want to see like how the fundamental analysis is done, how I do it, I always put the like, if you're looking for a company, just put the $sign and then the ticker, so the LCID, and then hit enter, and then if I have done it, then it'll show up.
Okay. All right, so I guess we want to go to the next one, and the one after that is, of course. Hold on.
Yeah, we can talk about this all night. By the way, I can talk about.
This. I mean, I did say I was going to go show you this, so we'll go to. My next one is Amazon.
I like Amazon. What is your average share price? 142. I haven't done an analysis on this one in a while, so I wouldn't know. But Amazon is one that I know the fundamentals, so yeah, that's not a.
Well, and they do, and I believe they do give a dividend back, is what.
I think that just started to happen.
Okay. Okay.
I
Yeah.
think that's very, very new.
Yeah.
Yes.
And see, for me, I've tried to reach for more companies that do that do give a dividend back because
Well, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. So you also so that's also something that you have to watch out for as well. It's a lot. I know
yeah.
it's a lot, and this is not something that we'll cover. And just most I ever invested was a tiny gold bar, and that's it. Gold is great. Gold is great, but it's not. I don't consider gold an investment either.
Oh,
Gold is not
really?
an investment. Yeah, gold
Oh.
is a store of value. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong. I like gold.
it's
I
a
like
physical
gold, but
asset. It's a
right.
physical asset.
I would actually argue it's a physical asset, but it doesn't do anything. That's kind of the problem with gold. And it's not that I don't like gold by all means, but it's not an investment because it doesn't do anything. It doesn't grow. You get me?
Yeah, no, I'm just burping. No, and that's true because it's like silver, right? Silver and gold are pretty much they're not the same value, but they're on the same level of physical resource.
I like investing for cash flow, right?
Yeah,
That's what I like to do.
passive income is
Passive
what they
income,
call it. Yeah.
passive income, cash flow. Real estate is the gold standard. Always,
Yeah.
will always will be. Next would be
Mhm.
stocks. But in regards to, let's see, I've been getting. Oh my goodness, chat's just rolling by. By the way,
Yeah.
shout out to the 7 of you mad lads watching right now. 2 on YouTube and Final Rumble, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Smash the like button and follow Daramouthe. He's awesome. He's the next Joe Rogan. I'm calling it. If
I
I
don't
could
know.
buy shares, of DARA stock, I would.
Oh, thank you. Well, even Joe Rogan is sort of like when you watch his stuff, he gets high profile people,
Yeah.
celebrities, all this stuff, maybe fighters that are, UFC or whatever, but they're never really like you or I,
Yeah.
right? There's never been a farmer.
Normal
I
people.
don't know if there's ever been a farmer or someone who's just on the ground. Like I'm not getting everyone on the ground floor. That's true. I'm only connecting to who I connect to Twitter X. But I'm showing that for some odd reason, right? For some odd reason, I am talking to 80 plus different people. And yet a content creator, right? A YouTuber, whatever, when they do their podcast, whatever, it takes them close to a year to even get to that kind of number, right? And they're usually bringing on other content creators. And again, I'm not bouncing myself off from that. Content creators, whatever. But I'm showing that. I mean, I got a full-time job. I got bills to pay and stuff. I can't rely on Rumble to pay for because
Me too, man.
there are
Me too.
others. We'll talk about those issues later.
Yep.
Uh, but yeah, it's just. I mean, I hope so. One day I can make something of it because I really would like to be able to get to meet face to face, to have those face to face conversations rather than across the screen. But it's all I
Oh,
can do right now.
oh, dude, my goal is to eventually have like a Tim Pool style kind of a studio where we talk about financial stuff.
I would still try to keep it as rustic and homely as possible because there's a limit I can take, right? There's you look at a Joe Rogan show, you see all the tech stuff on the table, you do all this stuff. It's like it's too much. It's too
Yeah.
much clutter, it's too much space taken up by all this stuff. But and same with Tim Pool, right? He has all the computers there, he has all this stuff. And I'm like, I get it. But at the end of the day, it's like it feels less personal and more like
You're right.
busy business. Oh, you got someone behind you.
That would be my wife. That would be my
Aw.
wife.
And she's on camera without any.
She's been on camera before, so it's okay.
Oh,
She's been on
honey,
camera
you've got
before.
to sign an NDA.
I don't even think she knows what that is.
Anyway,
But
back to
yeah.
yeah, and that's
I was just, what's up?
no, and I said yeah, and I understand, and I think for the as he says, I figure gold is just a way to turn a currency into another, possibly, but I don't know if you can buy bread for it when everything falls at that point, but who knows?
Steve also said, I think Disney stock is mostly worthless at the moment. No one wants to invest in their message. I have not taken a look at Disney stock as of recently, so I would not be able to tell you. Let's see. But yeah, no, like in regards to okay, so the whole dividend thing. That's right. That's what we were talking about before we went on a tangent there. But so
That's what it's all about.
yeah, so dividends. Just because a company pays out a dividend doesn't mean that they can afford it.
Ooh.
Because a dividend strictly comes out of the company's profits.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's something that a lot of people do not realize,
Mm.
and they look at a company that has like a 15% yield, and they're like,
Mm.
"Oh, it's a great yield," and then I look at something called the cash flow,
Mm.
and they're going into debt just to pay the dividend,
Jeez.
and that's a
So
problem.
they'll be out of out on the road soon enough if that's the case.
Pretty much.
So
So when it comes to dividends, you want to always correlate that to the free cash flow, specifically the free cash flow. That's the third profit metric that I looked at. We looked at the net income, the revenue. The third one and the most important one is the free cash flow. That's the one you have to do math for. It's the cash from operations.
yeah.
Is the cash from operations.
Math time. Oh, I learned why.
Well, you want to know something? Luckily,
Yeah.
I have a calculator on my on all my videos that the link is in the description below on my videos that the calculator, all you have to do is just put in all the numbers where they're supposed to go, and it does it all automatically for you.
Oh, he says like Zim got to get that
Yes.
crazy yield. I don't know what Zim is, but
So Zim is a company. It's a shipment company, like
oh, okay.
water, like they ship stuff through the sea. It's an Israeli
Mm.
shipment company.
Mm.
Their dividend yield was upwards of 120%.
Sorry.
But but the way that they do their dividends is not based off of the free cash flow, it's based off of the net income. And this guy ever done voice acting? It's probably because I'm sick and I'm probably recovering from a cold right now.
Oh, that
That's
sucks.
probably why. But yeah, so Zim usually put out their dividends based off of their net income, not their free cash flow. Meaning that based on their EPS, their earnings per share, their net income is how much it was a certain percentage of the net income. So it was really, really high because their share price kept falling and falling and falling, but their net income was really high. So that's the reason why. Until they had negative net income, and then they suspended it. There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
From 120 to zero. From 120% to zero.
That's what we like to call a crash. Oh goodness. So yeah, but I don't have too many. And I'll try to keep that in mind. So yeah, there's a lot to learn, unfortunately.
But Amazon is a company that I know for a fact that they can
because people have it's come to the point where people are so trained on the 2-day shipping, the 1-day shipping, all this stuff. They get Prime, yeah.
So let me tell you something. I read all of their earnings.
Yeah.
Amazon does not make money when it comes to the Amazon store.
Really?
They make their money from AWS.
Oh, their servers. Oh, wow.
That's where they actually lose. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if Mike can attest to this, but if I'm not mistaken, they lose money on the store. If I'm not mistaken.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's mainly from AWS.
RoboCop.
If Amazon and T-Mobile combine, what does it say?
It makes a Godzilla RoboCop. Oh yeah, but I mean, yeah. So yeah, again, a lot of stuff I have to learn about because I don't. I am a very much a beginning person.
That's fine, man. That's fine.
Sort of a deal.
And that's the thing too. I was doing investing before I was doing content creation. I mainly started doing content creation because I'm like, man, this is really working. I need to tell somebody about this. Like, I need to also tell people about it. This is, so.
Yeah.
Next
one is Hain.
Heinz?
No,
Hain. I don't know this one. I don't know this one.
Hain Celestial. So they are here. The Hain Celestial Group engages in the production of organic and natural products. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. I don't know their fundamentals, so I wouldn't be able to tell you.
Okay. Well, I mean, I did get one share in, so I think they're just health food stuff.
Okay.
Which is why I got into it, because of course the health food stuff is going to be a big seller, at least for some, not all,
Right.
right? But I mean, I don't I don't know how to read this, so it is what it is. But that's one right there. Let's go back. The next one after the Hain is this one.
So that is an ETF. That
Yes,
is the Nasdaq ETF. That
yes,
is a
this is ETF.
basket of that is a
Yeah,
basket of stocks. That is a basket of
yes,
stocks. So
yeah. That's when
there's
ETF
no
hits it.
there's no analysis to be done here, because in order to do an analysis, you would then have to do every single stock and then
Oh
based off
goodness.
of that, base it off of the percentages that the ETF has. So
Mm.
QQQ, it's one of the biggest three. It's this is it's ETF.
So can you? So since you're here on the ETF factor, explain a little bit, at least to simplify the explanation of what it is, and is it something one should invest in?
So this is the main thing that people should invest in. If you do not
Okay.
want to do research on individual companies,
Mm,
this is the thing right here.
okay.
Because an individual company, if you buy into it, you have the probability of it going to zero. An ETF, especially if it's market weighted, like the S&P and the Nasdaq, the Nasdaq is market weighted. What that basically means is that when a company falls out of so an ETF is basically exchange traded fund. It
Okay.
is a basket of stocks.
Mm,
That's it. It's a basket of stocks. So when you buy into the NASDAQ, it's as if you're buying into Microsoft, Apple, QCOM, all of the companies.
wow.
That's basically what that is.
Wow.
And the reason why it's better, especially market weighted ones, is because if a company goes to zero and you own that company individually, then you're SOL. But if the company goes to zero and it's in the ETF kicks it out and then it replaces it with another one.
Wow, that's interesting. I mean, of course, I know a little bit of ETF. Like it's a pretty good mixture of going into, it's like you said, a basket of stocks. But I just did it because it was just ETF, right? That's the baseline for it. Like I'm not like Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett's been in this for a long time and all that stuff,
So there's something that you need to know about ETFs though.
right?
There's two types of if QQQ and SPY go to zero. Oh no, dude, if QQQ and SPY go to zero, it's at that point gold doesn't even matter. It is just water, food, and guns and
Bullet.
bullets. That's about it.
Yes.
That's
Yep.
about it. So
Jeez.
that's why like people say, oh, I don't want to invest in the market because what if it goes to zero? I'm like, then we have bigger problems than a few dollars, my guy.
Your money
We
means
have
nothing. It means nothing.
it means literally not even gold at that point means nothing. So
You see,
you know,
Jim
that's
Cramer takes a couple of his guys. This means nothing. Slash.
you know that do you know there's a short Cramer ETF?
Really.
Basically, whatever Jim Cramer says, the ETF does the opposite of it. Not even joking. That's actually a thing. But there's something that you need to know about ETFs,
Okay.
in that there's two types of ETFs: passively managed and actively managed.
Right.
You want to go for passively managed. So, for example, the QQQ is passively managed, meaning that it's all algorithms.
Oh, okay.
However, there is still something called an expense ratio that you are charged with at the end of every single year,
Mm,
and it gets taken out of the profit. It gets taken out of the out of your gains
mm,
every single year, and that
mm,
expense ratio is based off of the amount that it takes to keep the ETF running.
mm. Interesting. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I
and
know there's
it varies per ETF.
yeah. Yeah, and I understand that there's some like the managed stuff like that, because some use like robot or whatever. But yeah, I mean again, it just was an ETF, and I went through the list that Robinhood does and all that stuff. So all right, we'll go back out. And next one is, of course, Apple.
I don't need to go over this one.
is
I don't need to go over this one.
is that a good sign or a bad sign?
It's a great sign.
Okay.
It's a great sign. It's Apple.
Well,
Like,
and the funny thing is that remember when that Microsoft thing hit with the what was it, the cyber strike? Apple was the only one that
With
was green out of my list.
you mean CrowdStrike?
CrowdStrike, that's right, not CyberStrike,
Okay.
CrowdStrike.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, he says now tell him about leverage ETFs and how they are.
I'm not gonna do or short ETFs. So for example, right there, what you had was QQQ. There's one called SQQQ. That is the inverse. It shorts the Nasdaq. So if the Nasdaq goes up, that one goes down, and vice versa. Yeah, and leverage ETFs is basically it's basically, I think I forgot the ticker for the triple leverage Nasdaq, but it's basically the Nasdaq multiplied by 3, meaning that any movement is times 3.
Oh no,
It's crazy.
Ooh, jeez. Yeah. But yeah, Apple's isn't it $1 trillion company at this point? It's gotta be
beyond $1 trillion. Yeah. Jeez. But the main issue with Apple is mainly valuation. You would have to take a look at their fundamentals. Their fundamentals are good. It's just what price do you buy it at? So
well, I can't buy a whole stock, so that's why you see me do the
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You still want to buy it at a good valuation. And that's dependent on past cash flows, past revenues, past net incomes, past shares outstanding, and what do you believe they're going to do in the next 5 to 10 years?
I believe they're going to, after seeing the Vision Pro, I think they're gonna Apple does one thing well, and that's it. It's sort of like how the Switch, they wait for the technology stuff and they kind of just they don't fancy it, but they kind of work it to be better, or to look better, or to feel better. Because I would say Apple is part of it is Steve Jobs. That's what made it Apple better, was Steve Jobs when he came back.
Agreed.
The second part about it is the feeling of, right?
Yeah.
Because Apple's a different OS. This is not what Windows has as an OS. This is Apple iOS, which is a Unix.
Yes,
it is a Unix based. I think Microsoft is a Unix based too, but the story of Lisa and all that stuff, that's a long time ago. But the point of the matter is that Apple is its own thing, and they do a few things well. Like right now, right? We know that Rumble is building its own ecosystem, right? It's Rumble Studios, Rumble Cloud, all this stuff. Apple does that very well. You can respond to your watch, your phone, your tablet, your Pro, your Air, all this stuff. It is, and I understand that not a lot of people are fond of Apple, but you don't understand that Apple does something well, and that is their ecosystem.
And again, there is no such thing as moral investing.
Yeah,
you can dislike Apple all you want. It's not going to stop people from getting the iPhone. It's not.
Or the MacBook Pro, MacBook Air, all this stuff. Yeah.
So it's like, all right, you could protest it and not buy into it, but then when it shoots up from 135 or 130, which it did, I believe, a year and a half ago, to now 216, you really can't complain.
And he says, oh, there you go. You can read that.
Also being the largest stock in the world, plus being the least overweighted stock in everyone's portfolio. The least overweighted stock in everyone's portfolio, including hedge funds, helps. Yeah. A lot of people right now are putting it into like Nvidia and like a bunch of the chips. So
yeah. So can you layman term that for me, because I got lost.
So the biggest company in the world.
He says largest, being being the largest overweighted stock. I think that's what he meant by that.
Oh, being the largest. Okay, because I Mike, learn how to type. Learn how to type.
So go ahead and kind of give us a layman of these terms, because
everybody owns it.
Okay.
That's basically what that means, is that everybody owns it.
Yeah. Okay, so when everybody...
In fact, you kind of own it twice. In that portfolio that you're showing me right there, you own it twice.
What do you mean by own it twice? Because I'm not sure.
QQQ.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Oh, so these kind of work synonymously with each other. Okay.
Yep.
I see that. Well,
and you also own QQQ.
You can own it 3 times though if you own their products. So that in itself is an investment.
Yes, I guess. Yes.
But he says Buffett's portfolio is 51% Apple. Case in point. Wow.
Correct. Yeah. Apple's. Yeah.
So I need to do that. And Steve, I understand that. yeah, of course that's why they have the Genius Bar or whatever.
But that's why they have the ecosystem, because they make it
Yeah.
incredibly difficult for anybody to do anything. So
Yeah.
if you're already part of the ecosystem,
Yeah.
it kind of forces you to continue being part of the ecosystem.
Yeah, again, that's what makes it work so well, is because that ecosystem keeps you in. Because, oh, your old iPhone dies, I'll just save your stuff, get the new iPhone. Look, all your stuff is still there. Boom.
Right. And
That's that.
again, I'm not saying, and I'm pretty sure Dara, you're not saying this either. That Apple is saint on earth.
Yeah,
Not
no,
at
no,
all.
no,
Right.
no.
We know about the China stuff with them. We know all about that.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, though, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Right. It really doesn't matter, because people are still going to buy it.
Yeah.
So you could either, I don't like whatchamacallit, I don't like war, right?
Mhm.
I don't like war. Yet I have shares in Lockheed Martin. Why? Because I'm like, if the government is going to take my tax dollars by force to give it to Lockheed Martin, I may as well buy into Lockheed Martin and get some dividends back.
It
sucks. I don't like it, but
well, it's the same thing with the battery stuff with the the electric cars, right?
Right.
We know how the batteries for even hybrid cars, they get mined, right? So how much morality do you want to do? The clothing you have, right? The clothing you wear is not made by some hemp person who's a hippie. No, it's made by probably slave kids in China or whatever. Because what is it like?
It's sad.
Yeah,
and it's sad.
I guess you invest. What?
No, I mean, you know what? I love nuclear energy.
Nuclear energy. Yeah, nuclear energy.
I love nuclear energy.
Yeah, and there was on YouTube, right? There was these gentlemen who are trying to condense a nuclear reactor down and use helium as a cooling system. I can't remember the name of the company.
It's called cold fusion. I do know about this. It's called cold fusion. It's basically getting a nuclear reaction at room temperature.
Yeah, well, yeah. There's a gentleman I follow. His name is Kyle Hill, and he talks about some of that stuff as well. Of course, there was the whole like Fallout series where they try to go after the cold fusion. Similar example. Oh, here you go. Similar example. When people complain about gas prices, go buy CBX and ZOM.
XOM, ExxonMobil.
ExxonMobil. Why is it X? Oh,
that's the ticker.
Oh, okay.
That's the ticker. So CVX is Chevron, and then XOM is ExxonMobil.
Okay, so those are the gas companies. That's what he's saying. Okay.
Those are the gas companies. Which I do own one of them, and I own Chevron. I bought it at $101, put $12,000 in it back in like 2020. I put $12,000 in it, and it's one of my best performers. Pays me $200 per quarter every single quarter in dividends.
God dang, I am so poor. I just don't... No, I know. I'm just doing this out of just look. I don't know very much, but I do this.
And I'm not trying to flex. I'm not trying to flex.
Right.
Like never compare yourself to like me, because like there are people that are way above me. Right.
Yeah.
So
well,
it's like go on.
Yeah, no, it's again, it's sort of things like with Lucid and stuff, right? Like you've pointed those things, like it's not about you shouldn't do this or this. It's like saying that doesn't look good, so I wouldn't go for that. That's sort of like whatever.
It's like working out. It's like working out. When you first start going to the gym, don't compare yourself. Don't get demoralized because you're seeing other people bench 5 plates or something like that, and you can only do the bar. Use that as encouragement to be like, I want to get there someday. It's just like that.
Because I mean, you also want to keep it growing too, right? You want to keep some, you invest in like tech companies, because right now the big thing is going to be tech companies, and that part of that is going to be Nvidia, right? With its AI thing, right? Possibly, maybe. I might be wrong. I'm wrong, Michael. I understand. I'm wrong. Flex them muscle.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go to the next one. The next one after Apple is Camping World. Oh, come on.
I do not know that one. I do not know that one.
Okay. Well, I'm just showing you. This is one of them.
Okay.
That's and
I see one that I'm already going to flip a table about.
here's
But yeah,
the
keep
Public
going.
Square one. This is the
Oh, Public Square has a stock?
Yes.
I didn't realize that Public Square had a stock.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they've had it for, I think they had it when they first started. Now this is Public
Penny stock.
Square's. It's a penny stock, all right. So is that?
Probably not enough data.
Oh yeah,
So,
it started in 2021. So you're right. There's not enough data.
Yeah, not enough data.
So we got that one. The next one after that is Celsius Holdings.
I do know Celsius. This is
the drinks are everywhere though. It's
the
like
drinks. Yes. That's what it is. Yeah. Beverage companies. I think I've only ever done Monster. I think that's really about it. No, I think the only ones I've ever done is Pepsi and Coca-Cola. That's about it.
Okay. Oh, he says, Mike says, look at Buffett spent years buying boring companies and beat the SPY.
Yeah.
What's SPY?
S&P 500.
Oh, S&P by 20% on average. Well, I mean, that's also intuition too, I would think. I don't have.
Warren Buffett's good. He's good.
Well, that's what Berkshire, was it Berkshire Hathaway is the stock, the top stock that I have.
So Berkshire Hathaway was originally a textile stock before Warren Buffett bought it.
Really?
Yeah, it was a textile stock. It was dying. He bought it and then turned it into an insurance company. Insurance, a bunch of other stuff, but
yeah. Well, yeah, they do also do realty,
real estate, yeah,
real estate, yeah. So I know that's part of their deal, but yeah, okay.
That was originally a textile company.
Wow, that's interesting. All right, Celsius. Okay, got the Celsius. I think the next one is Nvidia.
Mike, I'm gonna start flipping a table. We can't escape it. We can't escape it. We just can't escape it. It's either Nvidia or AMD. We can't escape the stupid thing.
Well, kind of before you flip your lid, kind of explain why you're in that position of that feeling. Why?
Just me. Not just me. Look at the most.
Well, I mean, from your perspective. Sorry.
Look at the most recent comment.
What?
Live.
Oh, okay. Well, you can't just say that and not explain because I don't know. So
our issue with hang on before you look up Cisco. Okay. Our issue with Nvidia is not that we don't like it.
Okay.
All right. It's not that we don't like it. It's not that the fundamentals are bad. Is the fact that how much are people willing to pay for AI? Because at this point of the game, AI has become the new .com. It really has. It's insane. It's insane. Nvidia did 20%. Sorry, not 20%. 40% the first night that they had their earnings, where they mentioned AI in their earnings report 87 times.
Yep.
It went up 40%. And we're looking at this and we're just like, what is this? Like, this doesn't make any sense. AI, like, I get it, next best thing, but how much are you willing to pay for that? How much is AI really worth? And in fact, as you're looking at it right now, tech companies have been crashing a little bit. Tech companies have actually, if you go to the week, if you go to the 1 week right there.
I have 1 day. Oh, 1 week. Here we go.
Look at that.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
Past week.
Yeah. Is it rotation? I don't know. Rotation basically means are people taking money from these sexy stocks to now into boring stocks, or are people be like, all right, this is no way that this is going to be the case anymore when it comes to AI. We definitely overpaid for it. Let's take profits.
Well, and your partner says this. It added 2.5 trillion to its market in 18 months. Oh wow.
Nvidia. For people have a problem with the way I say it. Nvidia, whatever. I kid you not. It surpassed Microsoft and Apple by market cap. For a day, it was the most valuable company in the world. Explain to me how that happens. Explain to me how Nvidia, because of AI, surpassed Microsoft and Apple in just like, I think in like a month. It was crazy.
I would say, well, there was a book I read where investing in stock and stuff is sort of like psychology, because all the stock
It
market,
is.
all this stuff is the form of psychology.
It
And
is.
I can't remember who
The
the guy.
psychology of, I think it's the psychology of money.
Yeah,
I
I
think it's
would think
something like
so.
that.
Yeah, and the market, the market can he said 1,000% in 2 years. Nothing ever goes wrong when stock goes
Parabolic.
what I don't know what that means.
So if you look at the 5 year in that,
Okay, 5 year.
that's
Yes.
parabolic.
So it goes all the way up and then it just crashes.
No. Look at the point of inflection there at the bottom. So if you go a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right now, to the right, keep going, keep right there. From that point to now, see that massive rise? That's a parabolic. That's a parabolic a move.
Really?
You get me? That's called a parabolic move.
Interesting.
Usually what comes after that is just instant crash. And he even said, look at Cisco. If you look up Cisco, CSCO.
CSCO.
And you go to Max. You actually don't have it here all the way. That point that you see there all the way to the right, that's 2000. To the left. That's 2000.
Yes.
That's the .com bubble.
Really?
And after 24 years later, it has yet to reach that point.
Wow. Yeah,
that's what you call parabolic right there. And if it doesn't show it, but if you go even further back prior to 2000, it looks exactly like Nvidia does today. Exactly.
Wow. Okay, so that means I have to move some stuff then.
Steve saying this whole AI thing does look fragile. 100%. 100%. I'm not saying that it's not going to be the next best thing. Right. However, is it worth paying this much for it? I don't know. I don't think so.
But remember, we're talking about the psychology of money, right? People pay into hype.
It's called FOMO. Fear of missing out.
Yes, fear of missing out. Yes. Yep. I was like, what does that mean a second? Okay. But yeah, fear of missing out does
I read that, Steve. I read that last one.
Probably. Well, they did that whole Taylor Swift thing. Yeah, they already did that with the Taylor Swift thing, and it's not going to.
But that's not the AI that people are focused on, though. The AI that people are the part that people are focused on is the efficiency to companies. That's what mainly people are focused on.
So, okay. And that I can understand. It'll probably make 10 trillion in the future. However, it's got a dump road ahead. So that's sort of like, again, for someone like me, when I hear that, I say, okay, my instant thought is just get rid of it now, right? Go to something else. But you're not. What it sounds like he's saying, it's going to hit, but it may go up one day again.
So remember, what I do is investing, right? It's not trading, because what I like to do is if a company, if I like the company, if I like the company's fundamentals, and the company crashes, I'm not selling. In fact, I'm not selling at all. I'm buying more. I'm buying more. When in fact, you can look up at the company right now that I actually bought today. I bought around $1,000 worth.
What's the
ticker
name?
Of WM.
WM? M, like that?
Yep.
Waste management?
Yep. This thing today fell 7%. Or
the stock is
8%. 8%.
It says the stock has recently experienced elevated volatility. What does that mean?
It means that it moved a lot in a single day.
Wow.
And it fell today a lot. And this is a company that I love. It's a very, very simple
it's garbage.
They basically just pick up garbage.
Yeah.
And I see this massive fall and I'm just like, okay, that means that now I'm buying it cheap. I like their fundamentals. I'm buying it cheap now. Yeah. So I bought it.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, it's still like way beyond what I can touch upon though, but that's what fractional investing at basically what I do at least is fractional investing. What was after Nvidia? Oh, this one is recent. This is
a Visa.
Yeah.
I know most of these because I I look at them every single day. I like their Visa, MasterCard are one of those companies that I can't go wrong. Main problem is valuation. What price are you buying them at?
Yes, it's either you're buying it because I know the sayings like buy them low, sell them high. That's the saying that usually is said.
I like my saying is buy them low and then buy them low or buy them lower.
Yeah. But go lower. You can go lower.
Let me tell you, I would love it if markets were to crash 90% right now.
Oh, yeah, because
I would love it.
That
would
sounds
be
bad.
Like we have a joke running on our channel that like when a great company falls a lot, we're gonna sell a kidney to buy it.
Jeez.
Because it's like it's obviously we're joking, but like
what? Wait, are we paying it for in stocks? No. Well, technically, if you give it to me, it's still I pay bills and stuff too, but I use some I have a full-time job, so I use some of that to like because you can see right now my buying power. Like I put like $5 in my buying power, right? He says, okay, just my 2 cents, not financial advice. You need to focus on 10 to 15 companies and build a base around them. 3
Correct.
ETFs and rest. What's a rest company?
And the rest individual companies.
Oh, okay. So what do you mean by 10 and 15? Okay.
What he's talking about is focus on core positions and then satellite positions. Basically focus on the ETFs as like your core, and then the individual companies as like your satellites position, like a planet, right?
Oh, okay.
So, something like that.
So okay, so like a central pillar, and the other ones are supporting pillars. Is that how
Correct.
it makes sense? Okay.
Correct.
Now I get it. So you need a central pillars and then supporting pillars. Stop buying penny stocks. Hey,
Mike, stop telling people what to do. You know I don't like it when you do that. And he doesn't know, and he also doesn't know. All right, chill out. You know he doesn't know. So
well, I mean, and you never know because like with Rumble, right? It starts small and it grows up. The public square one's going to start small and go up from there because it's either going to go up or it's going to just fall flat and go bankrupt. That's the difference. And they're trying to be whatever. Okay, I gotta go back. We're almost there. Then we'll get to our. So this is another one. This is
3M. A company that I do own. They screwed me recently, but I'm perfectly fine with what they did. So 3M, obviously we know they pretty much make everything. Now they recently had 2 out of their 4 because they're a conglomerate, so they have more than one business in them. They recently got rid of 2 of their businesses, which made them completely crash. However, something also happened with them. And this is that they were something called a dividend king. They were paying dividends for more than 50 years.
Wow.
They just cut their dividend.
Wow.
They just cut it by 50%.
Wow. Jeez.
And I saw it coming.
Wow.
And I saw it coming because when I was doing, in fact, if you could look back on my previous episode, my previous videos on 3M, you just type in MMM and it should come up. If you look up the videos before the dividend cut, I'm saying that dividend payout ratio. So basically the amount of their cash flow that goes into the dividend is way too high. Way too high. They're going to cut this dividend. They're going to cut it. So I called it. They cut it by 50%.
Jeez. Well, and I think NVIDIA also did something really too. Was like a 10-1 or 1-10.
So that's a stock split. That's not the same thing. Yeah, that's not the same thing.
Well, they did something with their stock is what I was trying to get at. So, but
that's not the same thing though. That's not the same thing. A stock split changes nothing in the company. Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
by the way, read that comment right there.
He says, remember when I called the 10-1 split on NVIDIA? I don't know. I never saw that. So don't know.
So Mike, before NVIDIA announced the 10-1 stock split, he said, we're going to get a 10-1 stock split. He called it.
And then he's going to say it's going to crash. And then and he said, it's all going to burn. It's all going to burn.
Hopefully. Honestly, dude, like I really am hoping for that. But yeah,
All right.
3M is a company that I like. I do own it. It screwed me over with the dividend, but I'm perfectly fine.
Mm.
They cut it 50%. I would be more pissed off, but honestly, the fact that they cut it in order to save their company, I'm okay
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah.
So
And
I'm
so
okay with it.
they did something in order to keep running, basically,
Right.
is what you're saying.
Right.
All right. And so there's only one more. And this one is, of course, recognizable. All right.
Mike, no, I'm not doing that. Mike, I am not doing that.
This
I'm not getting into, I know, but I'm reading his comment. I'm not going into bonds. That's not going to happen.
You want to break his brain, bring up the inverted yield curve.
No,
I think we're
no.
good.
Yeah, no. It's already bad enough that we're talking about this. Bringing in bonds and yield curves is just.
Yeah. So this is the last one. This is the last one I've put any money into, which is the DJT one, which is the Donald Trump or Trump Media and Technology Group. That's what
I can make a prediction on this one. I don't like making predictions when it comes to where a stock is going. I don't like doing that.
Thumbs
However,
up, thumbs down.
I'm going to make I'm going to make a prediction on this one.
Okay.
In fact, I've said it on my channel before.
Oh.
If Trump wins in November, this stock will easily make 1,000% overnight.
That's true. I believe that.
Easily. If Trump loses, this is going to zero.
Yeah, and that's going to be the rocky road right there, because right now, throwing Kamala in. Hey, sweets. That must mean that they're going to raid me soon or something. But so yeah, I've only invested, like, I don't have a full stock. Obviously, you can see it's all fractionary, but
Yeah.
but I mean, it's Donald Trump, and that's something that's not, in essence, is too much of a losing bet. But like you said, if he loses in November, goodbye.
Pretty much.
Jeez.
Pretty much.
Oh,
if the assassination attempt would have worked, this stock would have been gone to zero.
Wow. Yeah, and my thing would have been the assassination attempt alone would have been enough. Right.
Absolutely.
Forget all the stocks. At that point, you've almost caused a possible world war right there, essentially, or civil war.
Civil war. Yeah. No.
So
I agree with that.
there is one more, but this is sort of probably on an annoying side, but that's Bitcoin. So I did throw some money into that, but
Okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I know you're gonna say something. Yeah, go ahead.
Bitcoin's not an investment.
Okay.
I own Bitcoin.
Oh,
I own Ethereum. Ethereum.
Okay.
However, I don't own it like this. I actually own it. Like I
like
have
a physical.
Yep. I have it in
I said that's interesting that you can own a physical Bitcoin.
Well, not physical. It's not physical. It's I have it in like in a cold storage wallet. So.
Oh yeah, I've just left it here because I don't know much beyond that point, and that's
fine. And that's fine. But here you don't own it.
Yeah, you're just whatever.
Here you own the ETF, you could say, but you don't technically own it.
Yeah. But from your perspective, what is the he says BTC not looking too bad around here, especially since the government going to start buying it. Yeah. So, but anyway, that's so anyway, but I did learn at least some bit, and I'm not saying I'm perfect. I mean, you can already look at some of my stuff and like, yeah, this is not.
My suggestion, I guess. Let me just tell you my suggestion. So,
hey, Otter.
Oh, dude, the official mascot of Rumble.
No.
I think we should make it a thing.
Pudge is gonna be so off the wall in that one.
You mean next time you see Pudge, next time you speak to Pudge, say call him double first Pudge.
Double first.
He loves it. He loves.
No, I know. Hey, but anyway, you're gonna say something. Sorry.
So what I was going to say is my suggestion. Again, not financial advice. I never give financial advice.
Okay.
You need to come up with a strategy, right? So my strategy is strictly passive income. I invest for cash flow.
Yeah.
I invest for cash flow. That doesn't mean I throw my money into every company that pays out a dividend.
Oh yeah.
But I do invest for passive income. I only have one company that doesn't pay a dividend, and that's Rumble. And that's because I said I'm strictly buying it off a gamble. That's really it.
It is a gamble. I said, like I said before, I get it because of the possibility, right? We all
Right.
invest in the future on companies like that. We all invest in like gambling. Yeah, that's the gambling part. But I see it. If they build their ecosystem well, it can do wonders. But it is a big gamble. I think a lot of people are. And again, there's some other stuff to talk about there on the personal level. But so looking at all that I have, right? And I'm not gonna ask you to tell me what to do, whatever. But looking at what I have, what kind of grading would you give it, right? Like A to F sort of scenario. Pretty sure I'm on the low end, but I'd rather hear from you.
A D. A D.
Yeah, I figured. I thought it was gonna get an F. To be honest, I thought it was gonna get an F.
You got Apple. You got Berkshire Hathaway, Amazon. Other ones and QCOM, right? Other ones not so much. The main thing that you have to learn, I guess you could say, is again, from an investing side. Trading side is completely different. From an investing side is you have to, if you don't want to take a look at a company's fundamentals, ETFs, strictly ETFs.
Strictly ETFs, okay.
Strictly ETFs.
Okay.
If you want to buy into individual companies, then you have to start taking a look at fundamentals.
And fundamentals is doing the math on their inner
workings. So fundamentals is the finance tab that I showed you.
Okay.
In that website. Yeah.
Okay.
And again, I have a free Excel sheet, Google spreadsheet that you could just download for free. Like you can just upload it to your own thing. Hey, sweets. And then I actually have a video showing how to actually where to find the numbers, where to input them, and how to use it. So, you know.
And that might be something I'll try and look into to just try to, because like you said, there is some stuff that's there, but other stuff like the camping one you didn't know too much about. The public square one, a bit different. All that. Hey, Rance, nice.
There's
to see
Rance.
You,
There's Rance.
I get to have fun.
I'm still looking for your brother Dance Rourke, Rance.
But yeah, so yeah, like you said, investing is different than trading, and my thing would be is like the one company like Lucid that you said that was just going to end up in the dumpsters. Like, well,
not necessarily, but based on fundamentals, I can't say for sure.
Yeah, so I would just keep my stuff as is, but I will try to look a little better because I've just been flinging stuff to the wall. Some of it was dividends, some of it was just like the Berkshire one. When I first got the Robinhood app, they give you a chance to get like $5 worth of stock or something like that, and I just chose that one right off the bat because there's like Tesla's another one, Apple was another one, and so many others were kind of in there. Make sure you stay investing in that comedy. Is he talking to you or me?
Rance, maybe you should switch from gaming to something else because I kick your butt in Mario Kart every single time.
Oh, bird! Oh, fire in the hole! Jeez, ow! Hold on, I can get my light on.
What's wrong, Daisy? You want up? Let's bring you up. Come on, Daisy. Or not? I guess not. Okay, that's fine.
So, but I do thank you for that, and I will try to look at your stuff that you have because I do want at least better. I mean, even if it's at a step at a time, I would like to better myself rather than just like, oh, I'll just put money here, I'll just put money there, because this is money I'm investing in future wise rather than whatever. Shots fired. Oh yeah, shots fired.
Guess what? That's all I need.
Oh, man, that's great.
That's all I need.
I'll definitely. I also did bookmark that alpha one, and so I'll try to keep at that.
So there's a company. So as I said, like Waste Management is one that I just bought into. Another one that I recently started in a position in, Church and Dwight. Is that on your end? Is that on your end?
What?
The motorcycle?
Yes, it is. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm gonna figure out where I have her. I'm gonna drive me nuts. He has a cold, so it could be anywhere. Hey kids, games are fun.
Depends who you ask.
Oh, But what was you were saying there was the other company?
So the ticker is CHD.
CHD.
I love this company for what they make, their products. If you look up what, look at that. They actually fell sub 100. Ooh, now I'm into, hopefully they stay sub 100 now. Hopefully they do stay sub 100. I might buy more.
Okay. Marketing of household, personal care, specialty products. Oh, okay.
So if you keep reading, keep reading. Let me say this, where it says the consumer domestic segment offers household products such as laundry detergents, fabric softeners, cat litter, and household cleaning products and personal care products.
Yeah.
And there's also something else. Hang on a minute. I don't know if they'll say it here.
The Lipatories?
No. There's no. In Seeking Alpha, they say it, but I don't think they're gonna say it here.
Oh.
They basically, I don't know. Can I say?
Yeah,
I guess bad stuff on here.
You can curse. That's fine.
It's not curse. They also make vibrators and dildos.
Oh, so they make sex toys is basically what you're saying.
Yeah. So the way that I see it, what do you say?
Have a good night.
Oh yeah. We also have a Discord.
Keep up the hard work, both of you. Well, thank you very much. Thank you for not dissing me with him. So I appreciate it.
Bye, Dance Work.
But no, he also did say you have a Discord and group thoughts on tickers. Okay, I'll try and look that up then. Yeah, because I really do want to try to learn better.
The reason why I love Church and Dwight is because of the fact that they make. You can see the cat right there. It's the fact that they make kitty litter and vibrators and dildos and that kind of stuff. So and a bunch of other stuff too. They make like Arm & Hammer brand. Like they make condoms, like a bunch of stuff.
Interesting.
But the reason why I like it is because and let's is mainly due to the culture war thing. With the amount of single women that are out there, yes, Daisy, with the amount of single women that are out there, most likely we're going to get a lot more women that have that are going to have cat ladies, and like this little one right here, and they're gonna need some self-satisfaction. So that's kind of where I'm leaning to that.
Yeah,
king size dildos for the masses.
But it's been around since like 1846, so that's a long time.
Yeah.
That's New Jersey. I thought it was gonna be like an English one, but yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Yep.
So, but no, I'll definitely try to look up that, because I do want to try to better myself, at least put myself in a position where, like, again, you are at, and trying to do more passive things, because I'd like to be at that position where I'm not.
My goal is I want my dividend income to supplement my my expenses.
Yeah.
Once I get to that level, I'm essentially going to consider myself retired.
Yeah.
So
I'll block that out. So
yes, sweets, that is a tuxedo cat. Her name is Daisy.
Aw. But we've gone a little beyond. So at the top of the hour, something I do is that at the top of the hour of every hour, I set aside some time for us to promote ourselves, because it's just it keeps a track of our time together, right? Like, oh, there's an hour here, that sort of stuff. So, but it also gives a chance, because people usually do it like at the beginning and at the end. I'm like, I know every hour, because that's like a timestamp for us. But if I did put your links in the description, but if you want to sell yourself in essence, go for it.
So guys, the name of the channel, it is FatalInvesting. We are one of the few investing channels here on Rumble. Aside from Matt Kors, there really isn't anything else happening in the finance tab. So, our main thing, at least on my end, is figuring out valuation for companies, learning how to use, whether a company is a good investment or a bad investment based on fundamentals, and at what price you should buy it. Because again, every investment is the present value of all future cash flow. What cash flow are you getting tomorrow that's going to justify today's price? Right. Or does it justify today's price? So that's basically what I mainly do. My co-host, on the other hand, he does the charts styles side of things. So he looks at SMAs, patterns, that kind of stuff. So
that's his username right there. Yeah.
Right. So that's mainly what we do. And again, that's that's what the channel is mainly based about. We also cover news as well. We cover like financial news specifically. We cover inflation, the Fed. We every single time the the FOMC happens, we cover that. And our goal is just to continue the channel growing, hopefully make it into a company one day, and hopefully this will become our own business.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people want to try to do, but not every business is successful, right? And it takes a hit somewhere. Okay, then for me, thank you all for being here. If you wouldn't mind first, please share, like, comment, follow, all that good stuff, because it does help in being seen more. It's that engagement factor, and it helps me be able to get more people on. Like, gosh, I have to do this. Like Fatal, like Rants, like Mel Hellstar, and so many others. And it's part of that ordeal as a content creator. And first off, I was sort of like, but then I realized that if I want to have more people on to be seen more, I've got to do that thing it's the nature of the business. And as much as because it felt like like begging to me. It felt like begging to me, like, please give me your likes, please give me follows, all this stuff. But at the end of the day, I understand that it's part of their deal. And it does help in bringing more people on, because again, this is not just going to be people who come on. It's not going to be a one-time deal. Now, obviously, as time goes on, it'll be harder to bring people back because new people, old people, whatever. But it doesn't mean that it's a one deal. So, and that's what I'm trying to do, is trying to, new, old, been through all the time. And all that stuff. And then also, if you want to be a part of it, there's a link tree down below. Oh, okay. He's going to be right back. Anyway, there's going to be a link tree down below. Oh, he's going. He's going with the cat. I'm going to put on solo while he comes back. There's a link tree down below. On that link tree is my links to my places, Twitter, X, Discord, whatever. If you want to come on, if you want to have that same chance like Fatal,
I'm back.
Oh, okay, he's back. I was just getting to it. Like Fatal, like Mel Hellstar, like Rants, like so many others. Go to the link tree, go to those links, find me there, and we get started. Or if you don't want to do that, leave a comment on either YouTube or Rumble, and we can do that. Because again, this is not just content creators. This is not just whatever. It's about bringing people to a conversation and talking about whatever. Because honestly, we have too many content creators doing the 24/7 news ordeal, right? They're talking about they read an article, they give their perspective. That's it. That's fine. Whatever. That's the choice they've chosen. But for me, it's like we're not having a conversation. We're having too much of the politics, too much of this, too much of that. And yeah, it is important. But at the end of the day, we don't have a release. We just have a vent and anger and all this other stuff. And it gets tiring. So again, thank you for your help with the engagement. And if you'd like to come, go to the link tree and we can go from there. And thank you for that. So but yeah, it is. There are a lot of I had a VTube run not too long ago, so it helps. Okay, you have a good night, sweets. Have a good night. And Steve says, "Oh, it's dangerous."
She thinks she hears a mouse in the bedroom.
Oh, there you go. Go get it now. Go.
Yeah,
go.
pretty much. Yeah, that's.
So, but yeah, that's why I started doing this, is because I didn't really know what to do, because I was doing as YouTuber, as a person who's doing content creation, they start doing the beginning stuff, and then it's like, oh, do I do gaming? Do I do talking about movie reviews or whatever? And then it was like, once I hit on the conversational stuff, I was like, why am I not seeing this very much from other content creators? I mean, they do bring like once a week, twice a week, but not as much as I've been doing.
Yeah.
I'm like,
no, you go out of your way, man. You really do. You really do. Is it possible if I could just hit the bathroom really quickly?
Oh yeah, go for it. Yeah,
right.
you don't have to.
All right.
There you go. Make sure you're muted.
I'll let you know when I'm back.
Yeah, just make sure you're muted. There you go. But yeah, it's like Steve said, there are so many interesting and different people, and I'm not seeing that very much from other content creators. They usually stick within their circles or their interests or whatever. Understandable. I get it. But you imagine you have a content creator, doesn't matter if they're on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, whatever, that has 1,000 people that follow them. Maybe some of them are bots, but you have imagine they have 1,000 people following them. How many of those Tinko? He did, Freedom. He did. He is muted. But you'll hear me tinkle. He's very determined. Yes, he is. Me? Oh, okay. But yeah, it's the how many of those thousands, 100,000 people, right? How many of those 100,000 people have been brought onto the show? They don't have to show their face. They just need a mic. How many of them have been given an opportunity to come on? Like, hey, would you like to come on? Would you like to just talk about whatever? How many, right? I follow some that have millions of followers, and yet they bring on other people that will get them more followers or whatever. I'm like, I'm on the ground floor, right? I mean, I've had like Lumpy on, I've had Uncle Pudge on, I've had people who can be considered big, but
I'm back.
He's back, chat. He's back.
Okay. Yes, I am. Sorry about that. I was holding that in for.
I've been there. It's okay, but I mean, I'm on the ground floor. I've talked to, like I was saying, I've talked to like Lumpy, I've talked to Uncle Pudge, I've talked to Silver Fox.
Double first Pudge, double first.
Yes, once was coming on the Darachat and once was coming to my Pay It Forward. That's two different points. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know. I remember why you said that. But for me, it's double like first. Oh goodness! And then he comes in like, "Don't call me that." He never does. But the thing of it is, right, is that all these the content creators that I follow, they usually either by themselves or they bring someone else on that's higher, can bring them more people and whatever, which is fine. It's a crossover, but it's sort of like, why aren't you reaching out to the people that are following you? How many times have you seen a content creator, right? They have maybe 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 people, and they take a few from that, and they bring them on the show. Like, they don't have to show their face. I've had people who haven't showed their face. You hear the voice, but you don't see their face. The point of the matter is that it's not ground floor levelish, and a lot of people on the ground floor, right?
Right.
Your things are built from the ground floor. Your clothing, your food, all that stuff is built on the ground floor. So why aren't you talking to those people? I mean, they follow you because you say something interesting, whatever, but why aren't you, you invite these people, you invite these other big people on to be a part of your, like a podcast once a week, whatever. But why? I said this before. If I could have 1 million different people on, right? 1 million different people, I have content for the rest of my life, because that's 1 million different people. Just imagine that. Have you ever seen a content creator do it? I don't know.
No. It's usually just a handful, and then it usually is repeated. So
yeah, because they fall again. Everyone falls into a niche to some degree because it's something they enjoy. Star Wars, Star Trek, stuff like that, right? And then they stay there and they keep talking about the one thing, and they don't branch out. They bring people in that are similar to whatever. I'm trying to do this thing where I'm breaking out of my own bias. Right? Because there's so many other different people with so many different perspectives. We disagree. That's fine. But I'm not here to argue. I'm not here to tell you you're a piece of crap and you're wrong. I'm here to simply say, oh, okay. Doesn't mean it's going to, sort of shake the face sort of thing with me. But the point of the matter is that I've brought this person on. We can be respectful towards each other, and we can have a conversation about whatever. And then he coughed. No.
I muted the mic.
I do that with my burps too. But it's like, I didn't see this with other content creators, and they don't have to do what I do. I wouldn't have this many people if they did.
Right. No, you're definitely doing something different that is attractive to people.
I wish it was more. I mean, I wish I could say it is that, because some people say no, or some people say it's not the right time. Hey
man, the right time is today. All right. The best time was yesterday. The right time is today. So
that's the whole planting the tree 20 years ago, and the next best time was to plant it now.
Today. Right.
Yeah, today. But it's not like I go out of my way to harass them or whatever, right? Like I ask, and if they say no, it's
Right.
like,
And
okay,
they say
whatever.
no, no. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Absolutely.
But I can't I can't go back to doing something else because this has shown me that there is something there, and it continually works every month. August is half full. August is half full. And I'm 3 to 4 months in. I started doing the full month thing in April, but I've been doing the talking to people since November.
Hey man, let me tell you, when you find it, you find it.
Yeah.
For me specifically, this channel was originally a gaming channel,
Right.
and that did not work out. It was originally called Fatal Nexus. That's what it was called.
Yeah, I
It did not
because
work
your
out.
username. Yeah.
That's the username. That's the because I had a Rumble account way before I was doing anything investing. Way
Yeah.
before. And then that didn't work out because I'm like, it's way too saturated. And back then, Rumble wasn't even like what it is today. It was
Yeah.
mainly just on YouTube. It was way too saturated. I tried doing indie games. I
Mm.
found that like, when an indie game was about to start, I would buy it the night or the morning that it came out. I had to go to work. Within 3 hours, there were already hundreds of people already like halfway through the game. And I'm just like, I haven't even started yet. So it's
Yeah.
like, so that didn't work out. Then the channel became a crypto channel. And I found that it was way too niche. Not a lot
Yeah.
of people know about it. It's way too complicated dealing with like the blockchain, all that stuff. It was way too complicated for people. And then I took a hiatus. And then in the hiatus, I started doing stocks. And I started specifically doing dividends. And then I'm like, I wonder if this would be like good to show on YouTube. And at that point, in fact, if you look at the analytics on the YouTube channel, the second I started doing stocks, it goes from like 86 upwards to like 200 subscribers.
Wow.
It's instant overnight. So yeah, I mean, you got to find it, right? You got to
Yeah.
find it and you got to stick with it.
Yeah. Well, and I'm not saying any because I streamed both YouTube Rumble, and Rumble has more than YouTube, but they still grow to some degree. But it's not like an
Yeah.
instant hit success. It's
No,
because
it's very rare.
it's a thing, right? That again, both YouTube is saturated with gaming and all this other stuff, right? Rumble is saturated more with now with gaming, but it's politics and gaming.
Yeah.
And we just saw that they updated their personalization engine, so that's going to be a big help in the future as well.
That's why like I'm trying to do my best to like, aside from Matt Kors, nobody else is in the finance category. Nobody else. Every other live stream that's there, it's like just random 24-hour, no interaction, nothing. So
Yeah.
I really wish that we could do more live streams. But again, we both work a 9-to-5 job.
Yep.
I'm married. I'm having
Yeah.
a child.
Mhm.
If I didn't have to work, that would be the best thing. We could easily do, streaming every single day, but we can't because
Yeah.
it's not just plugging in the game and start. It's like, okay, what news do we have? What can we talk about? Well, how can we make it interesting? When we were doing the whatchamacallit, the partnership program, that was horrible.
Right.
Because 2 hours every single day. Thank goodness I have a co-host. In some cases, he could not join because he was still at work or something like that. Sometimes you just have to stay. I was doing 2 hours by myself. That was excruciatingly difficult. Like if we go for a round 3, we already decided unless it's different, we're not doing it. We're not doing it because we can't do it. We can't.
Yeah, my feeling about the partner program is, one, it was the restrictiveness of that, right? Like 2 hours a day, 5 days a week, 30 days a month.
Right.
You do month total. And I was like, I mean, they get to call the shots on what are the requirements, but they didn't always follow the requirements for who was let in. So that was an issue too. But for me, it's like the requirements for the program itself just turned me off because I'm like, I can't always fill 2 hours by myself. There's not always a chat. But
no, it was difficult. It was 100% difficult.
But my thing is like the content creator program is a great idea. But the issue is that its implementation is a bit off. And they didn't have and they didn't have the same amount of updates that they had back then. Raid
Correct.
wasn't back then. Raid,
That's right. That's
Raid,
right. Yes.
Rumble
Yes, that's
Studio.
right.
I don't think Rumble Studios was as good as it is back then. They just had an update for Rumble Studios, and more and so on. But Rumble still has its issues. We can still call those things out, and whatever that may be coming forward. But my thing for the partner program, just finishing out, is that it was poorly implemented. I mean, it was a good idea. It was a good idea, but it was poorly implemented, and it was poorly chosen. The people poorly chosen, and it was poorly not modulated. Is that the word modulated?
Executed.
Executed? Okay, so no, that'd be number two. It was poorly and then poorly modulated or modded. No, what's the word for mod, like mods, not modular
Control, like controlling it. Yeah, yeah. No,
yeah,
I get you. I get you.
controlling in essence, yeah. And because there were people on it who didn't even make any content during that time. It's like,
that's my biggest thing. My biggest issue with the whole thing, and even Rumble to some extent, and it's not a deal breaker, but they need to learn how to grow organically. That's the problem. They need to learn how to grow organically, because what they did with the Rumble program is they're basically like, let's what was it? Rice Gum? Like I was seeing him on
those
Rumble
are contracted. Those are contracted.
Right.
Rice Gum, Mizkif, yeah.
Right, but see, that's my point. That's my point. It's like, okay, I get what you're doing. You're trying to bring people that are contracted from other websites that are bigger into here to hopefully keep people here. But then when the contract's out, they're just gonna take the people away. So it's like, how about, this is just me, how about focus on keeping, like, if you grow organically, the content creators will alone bring more people here.
Start with the pebbles, then work on the boulders.
Exactly.
Start with the pebbles, work on boulders.
Yeah. Like this idea that like, oh, we're going to pay people to bring other people from here and hopefully they'll stay. It's just like, or you could, I don't know, fix the problems that you currently have. Give the people that like being on Rumble, give them the contracts, right? And then give them as much, I wouldn't say as much power, but like as much influence in Twitter, retweet their tweets, put them on the front page, that kind of stuff. And then that's going to bring more and more people into the site. Yeah. But if you telling somebody, here is a contract for whatever, how many hundreds of thousands of dollars per this amount of time, whatever, per this amount of time, and then once that contract's out, you think people are going to stay? No, people are just going to leave.
My thing is they gave many of the contracts they gave out went to wrong people.
Right. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Steve will do it. Rice Gum, Mizkif, Sneeko. I mean, one of the positive ones was the quartering, right? The quartering has positives. Yes. The one I really wanted them to give to was, of course, it's now happened, is Neurotic, because Neurotic is pop culture.
Okay.
And Rumble needs more pop culture over here because the politics and now the gaming are taking over to some degree. And it's
heavily weighted. Yeah.
It's heavily weighted. So they're working on one column at a time. It's like, no. That's where that's where the recommendation and the personalization engine comes in. And that should have been before any of that. But that didn't happen. Of course, that probably could have been because they didn't have Rick Rack, which also could have been a thing. They probably didn't have enough people. I don't know the behind the scenes stories. And that's the same thing I said to Roma Mario on that thing, and we'll get to that. But I felt like they gave wrong people contracts, and they should have given them to people who like the quartering, don't know about neurotics, but he carries something with him that they desperately need, and that's pop culture stuff like that. But they kept giving it to the wrong people. And Steve will do it, right? Steve will do it is a good example where I think he kind of like tried to break his contract or something. At least that's the story I thought I remember hearing. But it's sort of like, why you want people who want to stay and give support and all this stuff. Yeah, they're probably going to try to keep working to show that they're improving, to keep the contract and stuff. But right now, your tech side needs to upgrade. Your software side, for the website, for the apps, they need to update. Those are the
I
things
agree.
that are more important
I agree.
because you can look at, I know a lot of people complain about the stock stuff, understandable, but you need, all these platforms, right? Other than YouTube, are competing with YouTube.
What do you mean? What do you mean by the stock stuff?
Well, some people complain the stock is too low. It's, because of the up and down sort of thing. I've seen
Yeah.
that. I'm just saying I've
What?
seen that. Yeah.
Yeah. What people don't understand, and this is kind of what we talked about in the latter half, is
Yeah.
the stock follows the company.
Mhm.
The company needs to be good. The stock will eventually follow, but the stock cannot follow. The stock can't be double digits if Rumble just doesn't improve.
Right. Well, and people also, and there's some small midget of mints of people that complain about the BlackRock Vanguard situation because they do own.
Not really a problem.
Yeah.
Not really a problem.
Well, I
Honestly.
see it this way, is that right now, Rumble could be a content creator, people supported platform, right? People buying stock of Rumble, content creators buying stock in the Rumble, even if it's just like one or two stock because it's so low, and they could outweigh those sort of things. Now, those BlackRock and Vanguard could probably buy more stock, but at the end of the day, if it becomes a more content creator, more person usability platform supported by that, like what was it, the employee owned companies, that's 100% employee owned sort of thing, it could be.
I'm not a fan of those, but okay.
It just in that, giving an example of what I'm trying to say. So you have content creators and just people who use Rumble to watch content creators, that sort of thing. But for me, it's like it's great we're getting updates. It's great we're getting all this stuff, but everyone is competing against YouTube.
Right.
That's the king of the platforms. Now, obviously, YouTube has Google. It's basically Google.
It is Google. Yes.
Yeah, it is Google. And it has those resources, right? And it's had time.
Yes.
YouTube started in 2005 by a couple of college kids. And then Google bought it out, say, somewhere between 2006, 2007.
Correct.
And over time, they upgraded. So you have from 2006-7 to 2013. 2013 is when Rumble came on the scene. It didn't
Really?
have yes, 2013 is when Rumble came on the scene. It wasn't like what it is now. It didn't have it wasn't sold on public or whatever. It just came onto the scene. So that's a big gap. That's an 8 to 7 year big gap right there. When Google bought YouTube to when Rumble started.
I was in 8th grade.
That's all. Yeah, YouTube has been growing ever since. But then you have from when Rumble started to when Rumble went public, right?
Right. Yeah,
so that's another 5 to 6 years. So Google has had almost 15 to 16 years to get their act together. Rumble's doing a lot within a short period of time. And I'll give them that. I'll give it. Having Rumble Studios be a part of their ecosystem, I'll give them that because that's a golden goose right there if they do it well, right? StreamYards, Restream, all these other ones that make these things, they rely on that business to be a business, but they have nothing else after that.
Right.
Rumble Studios has the Rumble ecosystem. That's the game changer, right?
I agree. But and again, the fact that they're going against the behemoth Google, YouTube, it's a hard feat. However, they can't cripple themselves by as you said, doing good ideas implemented poorly.
Yes.
Like for example, and this is something that you've talked with Fused, right? Fused Aegis before, right?
No, I have not had him on. Every time I've asked him to come on, it's either been, he's working, he's had one way or another that he just hasn't come on. I'll try and ask him again, but I don't know if it'll work.
So he's a cool guy, so I'm pretty certain he would love to join. But one of the things that I personally believe, and he doesn't at all, but I personally believe this is, I think that we need, if you want Rumble to be the competitor to that of YouTube, you have to have everything that YouTube has on Rumble.
Yeah, basically.
Basically. like Rumble's really leaning towards the whole live streaming thing. Great. However, you got to have the video content as well, because, there are so many things that I just instinctively just say, I'll just YouTube it. Right. And it's just like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, but it's like, where else am I going to find it? There's nowhere else. I can't go. I would love to go to Rumble instead of YouTube. It's not there. Right.
Yeah.
Like, I want to learn, like, I want to know, like, for example, one of my favorite things that I love to watch is top 5 videos.
Okay.
Why? Like, Rumble should be encouraging people to be like, hey, these are the categories that a lot of people don't really go into, that haven't really been used on Rumble at all. Top 5s, right?
Yeah. Or
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like go into that, right? Go into that kind of thing. It's things that YouTube has that made YouTube what it is. Bring it over to Rumble. That's why, like, I do the investing thing, but on the side, I do music videos.
Yeah, and Otter, that, yeah, politics and gaming, yes, and they're kind of overweighted, but that's where I said, like, Nerdrotics, right? Nerdrotics is bringing a pop culture scenario to it, and they kind of needed that. They could have had him ages ago, but they decided to go with Sneeko, Rice Gum, and all these other people, and that's was like, give this guy who's going to give you more pop culture on a platform that needs pop culture pronto. If the numbers do well, that's great. You can keep going with him. If not, then it's like, well, the numbers show you aren't doing very well. And, he is a bit older and he kind of does boomer stuff, so that's on him. But my point is, and both our point is that they have to get better at reading the wind, right? They have to get better at reading the wind and finding where to go to get those people.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, whatever it is.
So this is something that, like, I have a clash with Fused, because he's basically telling me that, no, you have to do live streams. No, you have to do live streams. And I'm just like, I get that Rumble's prioritizing live streams, but we also need video content. We also need video content as well.
Video, shorts, and live stream. And that's where that recommendation engine is coming in. That's where that's going to help with that process, because I don't do the video content. Like the 10-minute video, whatever. I do the shorts and I do live streams. Because
and we do the video content and the live streams.
Yes. And you don't have to do all of them. You could do one of them or two of them, whatever. I think 2 out of 3 isn't bad, right? Like, that's whatever works for you. Always do what works for you, because creating content is about what you want to create. Don't go chasing the algorithm. Don't go chasing the money. Don't go chasing all this stuff. Just have fun with this, because this is what happens to YouTubers, right? They chase the dragon's tail, and that's money and reach and all this stuff. They chase the dragon's tail, and that's an abomination in its own right, because you end up chasing the algorithm. So here's how the algorithm works, right? You get a popular thing, right? Everyone, let's just say Trump, right? You put in the thing Trump in your video, it's going to get seen. Maybe not to the highest level of just seeing Trump himself, but it's going to get close enough because Trump has a powerful name. Guess what? You are going to have content creators make videos, make shorts, make live streams just based on that. The content creators are creating the algorithm that creates the content creators chasing.
Correct.
That's the circular problem that YouTube has. Right. And other platforms too. It's not just YouTube, but on the forensic of what YouTube does, shorts, pre-recorded videos, and live streams. That's the issue they have. The algorithm creates the high priority thing that people chase and feed into the algorithm, which they keep chasing. It's a catch-22. Correct. It's paradoxical in its sense. And he says, I started with pre-recorded. I switched to live streams.
Live streams.
Live streams. I was like, wow. You are an otter.
Go see a doctor.
Well, you are an otter, so that kind of makes sense. But I want to do pre-produce, and that's where the engine stuff is going to come in, because they didn't have that before. They didn't have a recommendation engine. They didn't have a personalization engine, and they're working on that. It's not perfect right now, But when you see a stream, right, at the end of the stream, you see those recommended videos to you at the end, or the
Right. That
sidebar.
also helps a lot. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, Otter, you just said that you've been working on your live stream. I just saw that. But Otter, like you just said that, you're working on, like, you switched over to live streams and it has built up my 2A channel. I gotta be honest with you. I would love to watch videos on 2A, or like just overall gun videos. Like I really do like gun videos.
Good
I'm
channels,
not going to sit there for 2 hours, 3 hours watching a live stream. I'm not. I want something like, for example, if you want, I'm just saying, this is just a recommendation, show how to clean guns. Take a gun, let's just say like the gun that I have, a Beretta PX4 Storm, and show how to disassemble it, clean it, put it back together. Show that in like a 10-minute video. Something like that. Something that, like, if I don't know what to do, I could just rumble it and then boom, there it is. Right? Instead of YouTube it, rumble it. That's kind of like where I'm at with Rumble right now. And that's where I would like to push more towards, not just live stream, but more of a utility side when it comes to like how to change a tire. Not that I don't know how to do that. I'm just saying how to change a tire. Right? Like, I'm pretty certain that doesn't exist on Rumble.
Oh, that he says you're reading his mind, so keep going.
I got you. Everything in my mind. I have ideas. Yeah. So like, but that's like videos. So I'm not saying the live streaming isn't good. All I'm saying is that the way that I see things is focus on, or at least not focus on, but like Rumble creators should really focus on content creation and getting things like how to change a tire, like show people how to change a tire, show people how to change an oil, like how to do an oil change on Rumble. All the videos that worked on YouTube, put them on Rumble, because the people that are on Rumble do not want to go to YouTube. They have no choice though if they don't have the content on Rumble.
When I from YouTube content creators, right, and I'm coming over to YouTube, they wanted reach and they wanted monetization. They wanted the money, and you can't get the same amount of money you can here as on YouTube, because there's more. But the issue of it is when a content creator says that, now I get the reach, that's with every content creator, there's no escape from that. But when it comes to the monetization factor, that kind of spells to me that it's not about content creation in the of content. Money. It's about the money. Mm-hmm. And for me, it's like, why did you start creating stuff in the first place? I know when you get big, like Tim Pool, he relies on it to pay for his stuff or whatever. Got it. But then it's like he's not creating content just for content's sake. He's creating it because it's money.
That's the same thing with me. It's like I started doing content on stocks, not because I want to make a living. Well, I do want to make a living out of it, but like it wasn't because I'm like, oh, now I'm gonna become rich from YouTube. And it's just like, no, I want to do this because it's working for me. I want to teach people how to do it too.
Yeah.
By the way, it's the top of the hour. Just let FYI.
Yeah. Well, we kind of went like an hour and a half in, so we're gonna we'll go till 2:30 and end it there. Because I could go all night, but I'm not gonna. I gotta work in the morning, so
same. I gotta work tomorrow too.
Yeah. But Freedom Hunter said, I also stream me reading news for international radio show podcast too, and I throw in a chance to do voiceover for other creators if they need something. Oh, that's pretty neat. But again, it's about the tools, right? Rumble needs to better its tools, and they have. Right now, you can read Rumble rents in the back end. Now you can see who follows you, who's subscribed to you, whatever, and that's great. But the back end still needs plenty of updating. Steve. Okay, Steve. Okay, go to bed. Don't tell me the time. Just go to bed. Gosh, dang.
Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for watching.
I appreciate it, Steve. You're one of a kind. And he's a mod over there, too. Another thing, right? Rumble needs to find a way of making it easier to make mods just from chat alone, because YouTube can do it.
Yeah.
Why do I have to why do I need to go to the back end and have it wait 10 minutes to make somebody a mod? No, it should be a one and done.
But sort of at least for me, I feel that is just not really a priority. You know?
Yeah, well, it's a feature that, again, people coming over from YouTube, they have all these features right on YouTube. But coming to Rumble's like, that's a downgrade. The reach, the monetization, all this stuff, and like we were talking about, wanting to bring people, the viral videos and all this stuff. There's a bunch of things they have to improve on, and they
Right.
are. The biggest one is the recommendation engine, and then the
Yes.
personalization, and that's the big one. Everything after that is sort of a trickle down. Like, people want polls, people want gifted subs, they want all that stuff. Fine, but QOL.
They got to get the base. They got to get the
Yes.
base first. You can't
Yes.
build the top of the pyramid unless you have the base first. This is not going to happen.
Yeah,
So.
and again, now that they have Rumble Studios, they have to get that interconnection working better so that it's on the same level.
By the way, about Rumble Studios, I don't know what happened, but we were live streaming on Tuesday, and I have used Rumble Studio as more of like a viewership tracker in a way, where what's happening?
It's up there. Read it. They must copyright their features or something. Who knows? There's probably the YouTube features, and I don't know how you'd be able to do that, but I guess.
So, I was live streaming on Tuesday, and I usually use Studio as like a viewer tracking system, because it has like the little thing that tells you like max and then the average.
Yeah.
So I like doing that, and I've always done it where I set it up on Studio, and then I switch it over to the normal one, and then I switch it to the static key, and then when I hit start live stream on OBS, it automatically starts it on YouTube and Rumble. And even though I went through, I had go live on the top left, and it does 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And normally what it does is it because I have a second monitor right here, and it usually just screen caps the monitor that I have OBS to screen cap. For some reason on Tuesday, it did not do that. It was just showing the Rumble, the Rumble like static
logo.
Yeah, the Rumble logo, the gray Rumble logo. I'm just like, what's happening here? I don't know what in the world happened.
It did this, is what you're saying.
Yes, and it would not go away. So I had to stop the stream on Rumble, restart it, and then I didn't go through Studio. I went through the other way, and I don't know what caused it. It never happened before, and now I'm just like, I don't even know how. I'm not using Rumble Studio correctly. I don't know how to use Rumble Studio correctly.
Did you refresh it after that happened? Did you press the refresh?
No, I just stopped it. I ended it.
Oh, okay. Well, if that happens, I would first try to refresh the page, because you'll still show up once you refresh, because you'll probably be back out the outside. You just go back in, you'll still show up in stream. They'll just not see you for a while.
The main thing is that I use OBS as the main one, right?
Okay.
Not Rumble Studio. So Rumble Studio is more of just like the intermediate, right? But OBS is the main one that I use.
So you're using OBS is to transmit through Studios, which transmits to the other stream areas, is what you're saying?
No, I use OBS as the main one. So I have a plugin.
You're multi-streaming. You're multi-streaming through OBS, the multi-plugin, but you're okay. So that would be the issue right there, is because you're using OBS to multi-stream all your streams. Then you would need Rumble Studios.
But right, but I like using Rumble Studios as like a viewership tracker.
Right, and that's understandable. But you're already using something to multi-stream your stuff, and Rumble Studios has the multi-stream stuff. So you'd be kind of using two different things. So if you're multi-streaming through OBS, right? But then you use Rumble Studios to do the tracking stuff to those platforms, you're doubling it.
No, not to those platforms, only to Rumble.
Well, then you're still doubling it. Oh, so are you using? Okay, so
I don't use Rumble to multi-stream to YouTube. I use Rumble to stream to Rumble. I use OBS strictly to live stream to Rumble and YouTube.
See, that's the issue. You should just use it to stream to a YouTube then. and then do the Rumble through Rumble, because you're doubling it. You're doubling your single. You're already using Rumble Studios to stream to Rumble, right? So why would you need to use OBS to stream to Rumble as well? That's two different places.
Because I don't know how to use Studio.
Well, what about Studio do you not know how to use? Because I'll try to help any way I can, but I don't understand what you don't know or what you're not having trouble with.
Well, for example, like I have no idea how you make. Like I have no idea how to turn on the camera, basically, because I use my phone. I use my phone when I put my camera.
So you're using? Are you using the app? Rumble?
Yes.
Okay.
No,
so I can
no,
understand that.
I'm not using the Rumble Studio app. I'm using the Rumble Studio like link through Rumble.
So you're probably using the links it gives you when you do the live stream stuff, right? Like you go to the back end and you see all the live stream. Like when you set up the stream, it gives you a link for like the server and that sort of thing. Okay, so
the static key.
The static key. Okay. I'm getting a picture now.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to talk to you more about it, like in the weekend or something like that, where I can actually show you what I mean, because it's very complicated. But all I'm saying is that I've done it that way for months now. Never had an issue up until Tuesday that it just did not want to go.
He probably already knows that, Freedom Otter, because it does give you stats to both, to any of the platforms that you stream to. It will give you the stats to those platforms through Rumble Studios. Because I get stats for both.
Yeah. I'm aware of that. It's just
right. And rumblestudio.rumble.com. Well, you can also go to just Rumble, right? And there's that green camera icon. You scroll it down
at the bottom.
Yeah.
That's usually where I go. Yeah, that's usually how it takes me to Studio.
So that voice thing, it didn't have to crazy. I don't know what voice thing you're talking about, Steve. I don't know what. Oh, sorry. Oh, it's here. He says, I figured where I hear his voice before. A guy on YouTube channel I will press has a character called Pumpkin Guy, voice very alike. Okay, so that's where he's hearing your voice. That's what he's okay.
All right. That's the first time I heard about that.
Yeah, but no, I mean, like, so how I do it is, so I can show you too, because I can at least show you the entrance, and we're already here anyway. Okay, here we go. So this is Rumble Studio. This is what you already know. This is what it opens with, and of course you'll see you can make shorts with it. You can do all this stuff. So when you come here, you're gonna see something that says stream now, schedule, and then Premiere Video, right?
Correct.
And Premiere Video is basically YouTube's Premiere, right? You know, Premiere Video, you can talk with people live and stuff. So the one is, you're either going to stream live now, which would be right now when you get your stuff done, or schedule, which is sort of what I did. I do schedule.
Correct. So that's also what I do as well. Yep.
Okay. So you're going to go in there, right? And then you're going to have
Yep. I know how to do all of that. All of that. That's usually what I do. Is I go to schedule stream. I put the thumbnail. I put the title. I put the description. I put the time and the day that I want to stream. And then I choose the location to where to stream to.
Like your channel name is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, you can do that. So you'll see underneath there is also the there's the channel name, right? You'll see the channel name stuff, and then underneath that you'll see stream location or something like that, or ad location.
I don't have that. I have not set that up yet. Yep, I have not set that up yet.
So manage destinations.
Yep, I have not set that up.
Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to add new destination, right? Because I have Rumble and YouTube right here. You just have to connect to the account, and it will do that for you. So, but also you can go to add new destination, and you enter in the information for whichever one you want: X, Facebook, Twitch, locals, and custom RTMP, and do that whole ordeal. Yeah, and that's, you could do it here or you could do it in there, because you can do it from that point of scheduling the stream.
So for me, I only have Rumble. So then once I set all of that up and I have Rumble already set up, then I go to the back end of the Rumble website and I change. I put the template to the new template that I want with the static stream key.
You don't need to, because Rumble Studios already takes care of that.
Right, but I'm using OBS.
Yes, but that's the issue. You're using two different things to stream to one place. And that's my issues. I'd get it if you just did the YouTube portion, right? You just did the YouTube on an OBS, but you're now using Rumble Studios and OBS to stream to Rumble, and you don't need to.
But then I can't sync it up with OBS.
Well,
You get me?
That I can see, but you're using Rumble Studios to stream out to the multiple platforms, because this is the interesting part, right? Because OBS can stream to multiple platforms through that multi plugin, correct?
Right.
Rumble Studios can do the same with its own thing, and I just showed you those destination factors, right? You can add YouTube, you can add X, you can add all this stuff, and it will stream to those multiple places. And of course, in the right corner, it'll show you the places where you're at, the people who are watching, and all that stuff. But you are saying, I'm using the stream key, the static stream key from Rumble, and I'm doing that on OBS along with YouTube. But I'm also using Rumble Studios to stream to Rumble, right? And you're already doing that through OBS, so you're doing a conflict. You have a conflict there.
But then how come it was never a problem before?
I don't know, but for me that just sounds crazy, because using two different places to stream to one place just doesn't make sense.
It was never a problem before. I was using it for months, and it was never a problem up until Tuesday. That conflict happened.
Right. Well, I'm just going by what you're stating as, and for me that just sounds crazy to use two different places to stream to one place, because for me Rumble Studios already does the multi-destination, and I don't need to, because I've used the multi.
I mainly just use Rumble Studio for tracking views.
Yeah, and you can see, oh, I'm on the wrong page, and you can see that right here, right?
Right.
Like
right.
I get both Rumble and YouTube.
Right.
Through that.
Right.
Right. I can do that with all my streams.
That's the only reason. That's the only reason why I use it. The only reason.
Yeah, and that's understandable. That's great, but again, you're using two different. Has he used the ingress? He's using the static. Oh, I'll bring it up. He's using the static stream key to stream through OBS, but he's also trying to stream Rumble through Rumble Studios. So he's using two different places to stream to one place, which I don't get at all. Because
it's never been a problem.
Yeah,
which it's never been a problem.
Right. No. It's just for me. You already have Rumble Studios, so you don't need more.
But here's the thing, though. I've been doing this before Rumble Studio implemented the multi-stream thing. So
they've had the multi-stream thing since the beta. I was a part. So when Rumble Studios came out, I was there when they did the beta for Rumble Studios, and they've had the multi-stream portion since they started.
I thought they recently just announced it.
No. Kick was announced. Kick was the extra bit that they announced for streaming through Rumble Studios, but they've had the multi-stream thing since the beta.
I literally heard about the multi-stream when Kick came out, and then I was just like, "Oh, look at that! They have multi-stream now."
So, yeah, that was them adding the Kick part, right? Because they don't have Kick. So that was the destination factor, right?
Got you.
But there was a wait list. There was a wait list to get into the beta, and I got into and other people got in before, so I was like on the third or fourth wave of that. But I got into the the beta for the Rumble Studios, and they've had the multi-stream portion since that point. It wasn't perfect. Obviously, they had some issues, but they've improved over time and they've gotten better. So they've had it since the beta, and that's. So this is why we talk. This is why we have conversations, because we learn about where our information is missing, which is great. but using two different places to stream to one place is like I'm weirded out. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Never been a problem. Never been a problem. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
And it could be now, because again, you're using the static stream key, right? Is what you're saying. Because there's two portions. There's a stream key that gets made when you make the live stream, and then there's a static stream key.
All right. There. I'll check it out.
Lumpy. He's talking about the ingress. He's talking about the ingress.
I just hope that I'm able to use my phone as a camera, because I don't have a camera.
On your phone?
No, I don't have a camera like on my laptop.
Oh well, yeah. You can use the Rumble App Studio for that, but you probably want to stick with OBS. I don't know your deal beyond the scope, but here I am. Let's go to live streaming. Okay, Okay, can you just thank you? Okay, so here we are. We're at the back end of live streaming. Here we go. So here's I got a presentation. So here we are. This is the back streaming area. This is the live streaming, right? You set up a new stream, you get all this stuff. Now you get these, the server URL and the stream key, right? This happens with every single live stream. It's different. But you have the static stream key is what you're talking about, right? And and you can make templates, all that stuff. But in Rumble Studios, you can make a template and use it in Rumble Studios and set it up in there.
Thing is that my template changes every single time.
I mine does too. Look at all these templates.
Yeah.
Look at all these templates. So mine does too. It's just it is a learning curve. I'm not gonna steer you wrong. It is a learning curve. But once you do, it's like I've got my points. I've got this because again, using two different places to stream to one place is just it just sounds weird to me. And I know it wasn't an issue before. I get that, but now it's an issue, and so I'm just showing you what information I know.
I'll try it out. My one concern is I want to be able to use Facecam, and I don't know if I can using Studio alone because I don't have a camera.
You just have your phone.
Nothing.
And
I just have my phone. That's it. That's it. Because right now I'm using this app.
But
I'm using that app. That one right there. Droid Cam. Oh,
yeah,
that one. Droid Cam.
Yeah.
And I feed it through OBS, and I can put it in OBS. I don't know if I could do that with Studio.
Well, okay. So Rumble Studios has an app for Android and iOS. I would test it out on your own time, whichever it is, just as testing, because the phone can. Oh, here you go. So here's Freedom Otter. The phone connects to OBS using Facecam. I've never tested it.
Yes. It uses your camera. It uses your camera to and then it uses like an IP address that you put in OBS with a plugin, and then that feeds the camera from your phone via the IP to OBS, and then your face shows up on OBS.
Yeah, and if your phone, camera and whatnot, it already does that with the Rumble Studios app, where it just directly uses your camera from your phone. I always talk about the ingress. Yes, the ingress takes the OBS video and just streams it through Studio. This is how I do my streams. Now he's probably talking about the web portion. I'm not sure about the mobile phone portion because I've never tried it. If you've tried the mobile phone version, Freedom, it'd be probably a little helpful in that. But again, I can only fill in the information that I know, and for doing two different places to one place, that just sounds a bit crazy to me. I know.
I'm going to have to take like a weekend and
just try it out.
and just troubleshoot it out.
Yeah, and look, there's Otter, there's me, there's many other people that are willing to help with it because again, you spelled YouTube wrong, Freedom. Come on, those fat fingers are messing you up.
Opposable thumbs.
Well, he tries real hard with that.
Tries keyword.
Tries is keyword, yeah. But it's like if you ever need help with Rumble Studios, I'll help the best I can because it for me, I use StreamYard first. I recorded videos through StreamYard. It was free, at least some portion of it. Going beyond like one place cost money. I use OBS. I used the multi plugin. I used the Rumble, and then hey Bulldozer, let's see you about to start my streaming with you. Hope you are well too. Fat fingers. Yes, we got it. Yeah, Dunce Otter right there. But I used OBS. I used the multi plugin. I did both YouTube and Rumble through it. Now you don't really have to use the multi plugin for the listing because you can choose YouTube from the list, but you can't from Rumble. That's just the way it is.
Right.
But once the beta for Rumble Studios came out, right, I signed up for it. I went into it, and it's false as sure, but the multi plugin stuff. So what I did was once I added my destination, because Rumble's already automatic. All you have to do is enter in your information for your account, and then or whatever, and then you have access to that. Then you enter your information to the other platforms as well, whether it be X, Facebook, all that stuff. For YouTube, it'll just ask to connect your Google thing account or whatever it is. Once that's it, that's done. Then anytime after that, when you set up a stream, all you do is slide over a toggle and that's it. Done.
Can I crop like the screen, like, so that way it doesn't show like the URL or like the X on the top, like on Studio, I mean.
Are you like the are you talking about the URL, like all this stuff? Well, it doesn't does it? I don't think
I saw that yours was cropped.
Well, let's see.
Yeah, see, you don't have the URL up top.
Yeah. So it does crop it out.
It does, or you crop it out?
No, it does that because all it's taking. So, if I could show you, so right, the screen you see now, right? So above that, you have the share this tab, the studio, all this stuff, and then above that is my URL for the where this is to. So it only crops. So it only takes what's within this viewing screen, is what we'll call it, the viewing screen. This is the viewing screen. Okay. So it does crop that out.
Okay.
In essence of what you're asking. So it won't show the URL. It'll just show what's in that viewing screen. And that's it. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to play with it. Once
you play with it, once you play around with it, it'll be a lot better because you'll get it. But again, it's just something to try. And again, they do have the Studio app on iPhone, Android as well. So that's gonna be worth it. I can't do it because my the upgrade or whatever, the iOS upgrade is too low, and it has to be like 15 and above. So I can't use it until I get a new phone, which is gonna have to be a while. Unfortunately, but yeah, I would give it a try, see what works best for you. And again, Otter, me, whatever, the lumpy link he gave you, there's a lot of help to go around. It's not too far off, but yeah. Because he can still have his issues, but I do think that what you were trying to do before is just
no longer going to work. No
longer work, or however it worked. It's just not going to work now because that just sounds insane to me. Nothing against you. It just sounds like two different places. Offense. Two different places to one place. Same thing. Let's go for it.
No offense. I'm not offended.
No, it's just fun. I have one of the iPhone 37 out-ish thing. I think there's no iPhone 37. That's too far in the future. At that point, you'll just be having like a Vision Pro sort of thing. Maybe not as heavy though, because I think that was one of the issues. But yeah, I still have some issues with Rumble. I'm not going to yell or scream about it, but I am going to keep bringing it up like an annoying prick because it's time to stop. It's time to stop. I will praise Rumble when it does well. Oh, see you later, Otter.
Bye, Otter.
Okay. I will praise Rumble when it does well, and I will admonish Rumble when it does poorly. And the content creator payout is still in the middle area. It's still in the middle area because some people I get my pay at the end of the month automatically. That's just for my section. Not speaking for anyone else, just speaking for my section. There's a way to do it. The premium, whatever.
We were talking about this before the stream, and you know, it's half of my fault too because I said check because I refuse to do PayPal. I refuse to do PayPal.
And that's the issue because that's gonna be months.
And that's fine, but I at least need to be told when. You know, give me a timeline at least. Like
there was one creator I saw. And they said around 3 months is when they got.
Well, it's been more than 3 months.
Okay,
the thing ended in March. We're going into August, so
yeah. And that's where the thing with Stripe is going to be an extra benefit because I know a lot of people speak out against PayPal, understandably so. But you choose the poison you're going to drink. It's basically at this point you choose the poison you're going to drink, and so you're either going to choose the long months on end check, or you're going to choose something that can be instant but you hate. So right now, that's all the two options you got until Stripe becomes part of the fold.
My issue with PayPal is the fact that they said, this was months ago, maybe even like a year and a half ago, that they said if you say anything naughty, in any like third website or something like that, we will steal your money. They said that. Yeah. And it's just like
my thing too is like Rumble already has an HQ in the United States. Why can't they send checks from the US?
Probably has something to do with, I think it has something to do with legality. I think
That's
that
my thought too.
Canada doesn't let them, in my opinion, I think the communist Canadians refuse to let go of Rumble from Canada. And that's something, and that sounds insane to think. I understand that, but that's how communists work. That's how communists work.
And Chris Pavlovsky is from Canada as well, so it could be possible that's part on him too. I don't know. This is all just guesswork, so it's not putting anything on him. But the point of the matter is that it needs to change.
Right. Move the whole operations to Florida.
Yeah, you've already got they've got one in Florida. They got one in Washington now. It's like you've already got two places.
State or
DC. DC.
Oh, DC. Okay.
DC. So that you've already got two places in the but it's a politics thing. But the thing of it is, you already got two places in the U.S. Other than legality, what else is there to keep having the check come from Canada? It has to end sometime, guys. I mean, if you want to compete, because again, YouTube's going to be king for platforms for a while. If you want to, you've got to start changing the game a bit. You've got to start, and yeah.
That is one of the core pillars. That's one of the core parts of the base that we were talking about earlier that Rumble needs to fix in order to actually begin to build up. That's one of the core. That's 100% one of the core, right? Yeah. Fixing the whole contract situation, right? Giving the correct people the contracts, and giving the correct people the the partnership programs, and the payment. The payment. Yeah. Those are just three out of probably like a lot more core pillars, but those three are like such huge pillars.
I'm hoping it won't crash my computer, but I just wanted to show the interaction between me and, because I don't know if you saw that or not. I gotta go to notifications. I could go back.
Big Block Plymouth.
Hey, Big Block, nice to see you here.
It's not the first time I've seen you, but that name trips me up every single time.
He's one of the newly made mods, so I had issue a while back. I am looking for. It wasn't too far off. Oh, here we go. Okay. So I made this a while back because I do follow these content creators, so I'm just going to show you a bit. Okay, so a while back, I think it was 2 days ago, I was talking to. He was Midnight's Edge. They have a couple of channels, but he was doing Midnight's Edge Radio, and I was talking to him, right? And they, in their chat, because they have a pinned chat, they were saying, please send to PayPal. Do not give us Rumble rants. We discourage Rumble rants. And so I was asking, and this is the question I asked, still having trouble with payment from Rumble, right? Midnight's Edge After Dark, which is him. And he says, hello. And yeah, says, dang, I've been getting mine at the end of the month as long as I'm above 50, which is the threshold, whether cash out or not. Time to raise some flags. That's to bring attention. Maybe why, I don't know. And he says, I don't do enough over here, which could be a reason why he's not getting it.
Right.
And then I ask, would be helpful if other Rumble creators could help raise this post awareness or to help out a fellow creator, especially a fellow creator who multi-streams Rumble and many offers. So you had other different people. And then, of course, you have Real Tomby here, who I've had on. He says, I had a cashing out issue for a long time, and it was due to having a premier account of sorts, which is the green lightning bolt. If you have a green lightning bolt, you have a premium account. I needed the support. What?
That's what that is. I always wonder what that was.
Yeah. Was big. I was wondering if social. Okay. I see Fatal in the Not Gonna Lie from time to time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fatal and the NGL gaming chats from time to time. Okay, so that's where he's recognizing you from. And he said, I need the support team to ground it in a basic account, which grants the cash out button on the earnings page. Okay. So here's Lumpy. He says email support at rumble.com, which everyone should start out first, right? If you have an issue, at Rumble first, always go to support. That should be always, because first off, if you can get your resolution done through there first and things work out, great. You don't need to do anything else. But if nothing's working after the fact, you can say, I went to your support first and I didn't get my answer. You take the excuse out of their room, right? You need to take that excuse out. So there's done. Now, of course, I have like follow the help desk about midnights are adult. They could reach out to Rumble the same as we can neither. For all we know, it's on there and not, possibly, but again, it's still something brought up. And then, of course, you have someone here saying, how long is a cash out supposed to take? I did mine over a week ago. It says it's still pending. So, and of course, scout case, whatever. So I'm going to go to here. And this is where, and here's Putinbot. He says, they're over a month late for me as well. If I don't get paid at the end of July, I'm going to email Rumble Mario. So
who's Rumble Mario?
He is the director of operations at Rumble Video. Okay. So when you have stuff like that, you don't go to Rick Rack. He's in charge of something else.
Right.
So
I need to follow him then. I need to follow Rumble Mario then, because I did not know who he was. So
yeah. So here he's saying what's more helpful is for the creators themselves to email support@rumble.com.
And that's fine. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's where you start. So he's trying to say that's where you should start first, and that's fine. Now there are other.
So
okay.
Let me. Yeah, go on.
Okay, so here's where this thing starts, right? FAQ clearly says the minimum is $50 to cash out. They can also ask at support@rumble.com, which they haven't done. He's talking about Midnight's Edge.
Right.
So not sure how much more transparency, and this is involving to what I said, transparent, all that stuff. So he's going on to that point.
He's basically saying like, yeah, they have not done the necessary things, you know.
Yeah, and of course I don't care about the private stuff. That was just the proofreading and stuff. Correct. And he's right here. He's saying, correct. I have a whole team whose sole purpose is to help creators. You don't know what you're doing, ask for help. All this stuff, ask for help. Right. So he's saying go to support first, do all that stuff, and of course the FAQ clearly says minimum $50 to cash out. So you have to have $50, but you have more than that because of the. But I have someone like Putin. Hold on. I have someone. Oh, where is he? Where was he at? Oh, okay, he's probably here.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have someone like Putinbot saying they're over a month late for me as well. If I don't get paid at the end of July, I'm going to email. Okay. And I'm telling myself. But again, I'm having stories like this, like Putinbot and like a few others that are having the issue that they go to support and they're waiting. Like you said, you went to support. They said,
sorry, go on.
No, go ahead. You're about to say something.
No, I was just gonna say, you want me to read the support, the email with me support?
Yeah, it's up to you if you want.
I don't mind it. Basically, I sent them an email saying like, hey, I got the $500. Haven't received it yet. I asked it by check. Here's the account name, and the main channel name, and the secondary channel name. Then they got back saying it looks like the payment was made on 3/29, so March 29th, and the amount was $566.65.
Right.
We'll escalate this issue to our billing team. Then the billing team comes out, and then they're like, we apologize. Let's see. Yeah. We apologize for the payment issue you are experiencing. We will coordinate with our payables team to confirm the status of the check that was issued in March.
Okay, okay, but you haven't got anything back from that since that last one.
That was on June 29th, so almost a month.
Okay, almost a month. So they said they were going to get back to you, but they haven't gotten back to you, and that's sort of the issue right there. Is they haven't gotten back to you saying where's the check at? And again, like I said, the check is going to take months to get there. But that happened in June, right? So that could have been where they've had the reset to send a new check, possibly. That's what I'm taking from that. But again, that's where, first off, I'd still go at, because I had Rants After Dark. You saw him in the chat. Rants 1. He talked about how he emailed them. It took him months, but he wasn't in a hurry or anything. The point of the matter is that he it took him a while to get his. It was PayPal. I think he did PayPal. So
he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
doesn't it have to be original physical currency? I don't know
I
what
think
that means.
so. I
It's
don't know what that means.
a country of origin, or country is going to, because I mean, yes, a check is still going to be deposited. Uh, that's a physical currency, I guess, if that's what he meant. But PayPal is whatever. But still, it's like, you know, I don't know the full details, right? I don't know the full details of Midnight's Edge or whatever. I get what Eric Honda said, but at the end of the day, though, I still hear these stories. I'm still going to try to help them out, because that's what I want to see Rumble grow. I want to see get it better. I'm not coming at them. I'm not coming at Rumble Mario. I'm not coming at Rack or whatever. I'm not coming at them. The point of the matter is, hey, I've heard this story. They've gone to support. They say they're not getting any more help after a certain point. What are they to do? Right? And I don't want us to be like the YouTube creators who have to come to Twitter X to get something done, right? Because they have to do that. They can't go to YouTube and say, I need help and get something done. No, they get stonewalled and they have to go to Twitter X. I don't want Rumble to be that. I want the support system work. I want the Rumble Studio support system work. I want all that to work. My problem is, though, these stories pop up. Right. And I can't just say, I don't know it, I think it's untrue, whatever. I can't say there's an untruth to it, because I don't know. But I follow these content creators, right? I follow, I follow Midnight's Edge. I follow many other content creators too. I followed the lady. Her name was Jessica Reloaded. She's since deleted her channel because she's got other life stuff. But she would tell me she was chasing getting her payment for months. And I'm like, this doesn't sound right at all. Why is this happening? And this is what I'm trying to get to. I can understand from Rumble Mario's end, because he probably hears it day in and day out. He probably gets the complaints, and he's like, look, guys, go here. But when it comes to a point, when they go through support, when they go through the proper channels, and then it just stops.
Yep.
That's my issue. So, yeah. Like a box keep playing. I know Putin bot. Yeah, he's what has some technical problem. Yeah, and that's totally understandable. That's totally understandable, Steve. Okay.
No, I'm still here.
Okay, no, that's fine.
I gotta get the cat bell. Yeah, the cat's under the bed. Oh my goodness.
Oh. Go after it. You could do it, kitty. Come on, kitty. You could do it.
Oh goodness.
So for me, again, I'm just doing the point of view of trying to help to make Rumble better. I will direct people to support@rumble.com. I will do that. But when I hear stories of they go to support and they get to a point where they don't hear anything back from support again to finish out, right? To finish out the procedure, that's where I have an issue. I don't know what needs to be done. I don't know if they need to keep coming back to Rumble support and keep making those emails like Putin bot. But at a certain point, it's got to change. It's got to change. There are going to be people who troll. There are going to be people who just hate Rumble for no reason. I understand that. But when you have someone like Putin bot, right? He enjoys using Rumble because of the free speech, all this stuff. And then all of a sudden, he's telling me it's been a month since I've gotten my payment. And all this stuff. Like, I'm still waiting for them to pay me. I'm still waiting for them to hear back from them after a month out, after 2 months out, or whatever. And I'm like, that's not right by any. You wouldn't want this from YouTube. You wouldn't want it from Twitch. So why are we getting this from Rumble?
And that's one of the things that I think is keeping Rumble down, 100%, 1,000%.
I can't see it any other way that.
There's no incentive for new creators to pop up if they're like, well, if okay, fine, the requirement of $50 is still a lot better than that of like YouTube with 1,000 subs and then like 5,000 watched hours, right?
Yeah. Well, that's
a lot better.
That's the earning factor to earn monetization, but you're already the $50. Yeah, the $50 is just a threshold, meaning where you can draw out.
YouTube is 100.
Really? I didn't
Yes,
know that.
YouTube is 100. YouTube is 100 because we're FatalInvesting is also monetized on YouTube, and it's $100. You have to make $100 by the 28th of each month to get it for the following month.
So they do have a set date.
Yes.
Rumble doesn't say of a set date they have for the monthly part of it, and that's an issue too. So,
like for example, if you let's just say you start on the first of the month, and then you make more than $100 by the 28th, you get your $100 the following 28th of the following month.
Yeah, you only from the previous month you only were earn the above 50 factor
Correct.
for the next month. But if you don't have above the 50 factor, you have to wait until the month after the next in order to
after you get the 50. Yes, after you get the 50. Same thing with YouTube. There's no difference. Just the threshold's different. But but again, it's like if that's going to be a problem, why would people begin making videos? Okay, great. They're monetized. Great. Okay, fine. It's not a problem that, the ads aren't as much as YouTube. That's not a problem. But when they finally do get the $50, it's like, oh, now I have to wait 9 months to get $50. It's just like, come on.
It's a discourager. So again, I made that thing. I tried to be as nice as possible about it because I'm not going to come out. Critique. But at the end of the day, if they go to support, if they try to get the help, but it's not finished out and they're still waiting and all this stuff, and they're trying to get back to support, again, rants, Putin bot. I've got 2 examples right there. 2 examples. How many more examples are there? I don't know. I don't have the proof that these people have, but it's like not coming at you, not trying to get the other person's information. I don't know if that was just a misreading within the confines of what it posted, but it's like, okay, so if Midnight's Edge is not making the contact with support at rumble.com, then that's on them. Understandable. Right. But once they do, the part is Rumble, it's in Rumble's court now. And they have to say, okay, so you haven't earned enough or you haven't enough and we'll send it to you. And then, of course, the choosing of whether check or PayPal. I don't know what. But at the end of the day, it's sort of this back and forth. I get that. I don't see the other end. I don't see the other side. I only see here. And I want Rumble to be better. But it's like the stories I kept hearing about content creator payout and all that stuff. It's just like, guys,
it hurts.
We need to get better in that. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's like, I haven't had issues, so I can't speak for myself.
I've had issues.
Yeah, you've had issues. Putin Bots has issues. Rants has had issues. All these few of these content creators have had issues. It shouldn't be that way.
I would love to use that $566 to buy me and my co-host a camera. But I'm not going to do it until I actually have the check with me. I'm not going to do it because then I'll be using my own money, right? I'll be using my own money, and I don't know if and when I'm going to get that paycheck.
Yeah, and this is part of your deal of the good and bad of Rumble is good of it, updates, getting better at these different things, quality of life stuff, great. Payment, a little iffy.
Huge. But payment's huge.
Payment is huge, and
people can survive without having an emoji, or people can survive without having gifted subs or whatever. People cannot survive without the payment, man.
Yeah, and again, there are rules, of course, the FAQ and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, and of course, the contracted people are paid through a different way, so they don't get the same way we do. They get paid through a different way. But again, I will praise Rumble when it does well, but I will admonish Rumble when it does poorly. And content creator, yes, exactly. And I made a short of saying that too. And I'm like, I don't want to come against Rumble. I don't want to seem angry because I haven't had the issues, but I also don't want to keep hearing these stories where they're having issues with support. And not a whole lot of stories, a few stories, because even a few can break a well or whatever. how do we get better? How can we improve the system that it doesn't fall through the cracks? Because if they have too small of a team to respond to the people that they can respond to, then that's people issue. If they if it's a money issue on the matter, then that's a bigger problem that we all would need to realize. If it's something else, we won't know. We're dealing with limited information.
Well, a people issue could also mean a money issue.
Yeah.
You know, they may not have enough resources to pay more people for that team.
Yeah.
Which by the way, I'm going to say something completely controversial.
Go ahead.
Me personally, they should not be doing the Rumble program.
The creator program, the partner program.
Not. They should not.
Yeah.
Because I look at their numbers, and I'm just like, guys, you need every dollar you can right now. You cannot be doing that. You cannot. I know that they just used $50,000, right? They just used $50,000 for round 2, and I gotta be honest. Did anything really come out of it?
It felt like more problems arrived from it, because you had people who didn't make any content, who didn't follow the requirements, all this stuff, or people who were picked who didn't even make the requirements. And so you have this judger or talent scout or whatever bringing people in who oh, well, go eat. You talking about being late, and then you don't go to bed, and then you're talking about being hungry, and you're not going to eat. Dude, just do it.
You go to sleep. It's probably 4 a.m. right now.
Yeah. So we'll end shortly. But at the end of it all, there's room for improvement. And yes, and that's probably why we haven't heard anything about a third round. And I'm thinking, like, you know what? I will vote. If I, since I own stock, right? You and I own stock. If I could vote anything, I would vote no more partner program until quality of life gets better.
Boom. There you go.
No more partner, no more contractual deals until quality of life gets better. I know you can continue the contracts that are already there. I can understand that. But any more new contracts, no more until quality of life gets better.
No more. Or at least fix the base. You got to fix the base.
Yeah.
Fix the stuff that matters. You know?
Foundation, first floor. You can have a second floor if you want. A house needs a strong foundation, and we're working on a wobbly one. And they're getting better over time, but the priorities need to be, whatever. They just built another headquarters in Washington, D.C. Are they getting the check thing fixed yet? Are they making checks come from the U.S. with a lot of content creators coming from the U.S.? There are a lot of content creators around the world who want to use Rumble, but their government, government screws them over. And it's like, don't blame Rumble, blame your government. Do something about it. Use a VPN or something.
Use a VPN. Use a VPN. I don't know why they don't build their headquarters in like Wyoming or something. That's like the best state.
Well, I mean, it is warmer in Florida, so that might be an issue.
But no corporate tax in Wyoming.
Oh, okay. I think someone was not thinking of that. But anyway, so we've done enough of the ranting. We want Rumble to improve, and we're not coming against Rumble, but we will admonish Rumble when it does poorly from our point of view. And so far, there are a few things they're still doing poorly. So hope you get better, Rumble, but some stuff needs to change. And hopefully that will be part of your deal going forward, because you got some things working for you. You got an ecosystem you're building that's looking pretty good, but some things are still falling through the cracks. So you're not perfect, but you gotta get working on your foundation. So, but anyway, thank you. Well, actually, before we do, we'll do our promotion and then go from there. So go and promo yourself, and we'll get from that.
So, everybody, my name is Fatal, and I run the channel FatalInvesting with my co-host Mike. Again, the purpose of the channel is for learning how to invest, specifically in learning how to find companies with good fundamentals and learning what price is a good price to pay for a company. Is Apple at the current price of $216 a good price? Well, you would know that based on their fundamentals, and that's basically what I teach. And also, On my co-host side, he mainly does the charts part of it, patterns, moving averages, that kind of stuff. And I didn't mention this on the before one, but as a side thing, this is just me only. I also make music videos, specifically AMVs, MMVs, which is like animated music videos, movie music videos, game music videos. And the reason why I do that is because, well, first of all, it's fun. But I honestly believe that you have to make the content that YouTube has you on Rumble. So I'm making AMVs. So, I like to work out with AMVs, while I'm working out. So would you rather have that on YouTube or would you rather have that on Rumble? Well, with my channel, it's called Fatal Music. I make, it's a brand. Listen, I'm trying to build a brand. I'm trying to build a brand.
That's telling people not to listen to this. They're like, it's Fatal Music? Why would I listen to it? It's Fatal.
It's a brand.
Yeah.
It's a brand.
I can't understand why I'm sinking in quicksand. I'm called Fatal for a reason.
It's a brand. So it's Fatal Music, and I have their AMVs, game music videos, movie music videos, and even religious music videos too, because I like, I am fully Christian, so I have made videos with glorifying the Lord Jesus Christ as well. So
yeah, nice. Well, that's pretty awesome, but still. Fatal Music, man.
Listen, it's a brand. It's just like PewDiePie. It's just like PewDiePie. It's just like Captain Sparkle.
I know, but there's no fatal in it because fatal sounds it's a negative. The word fatal sounds negative. Like
it's supposed to be like killer, like like
it is killer, killing your brand.
Bruh. Not cool. Not cool.
The word alone. If it wasn't fatal enough for the Lord himself, then it's wordplay, man. You gotta go with it.
It started with Fatal Nexus. I'm like, screw it. I'm keeping it. I'm rolling with it.
I don't even know what Nexus is, but at least Fatal Nexus.
Nexus is a chain, like a chain, like a yeah. You want to know what's funny about it? What? Like a nexus of things. Like it's just like a connection of things, like a chain of things.
I like this one, Big Black.
You can hear it. You can hear it once. You can hear it once, and then you die. That's that. That's just about it.
It's so good. It's so good. It's to die for.
It is really good. I think that's a really good catchphrase right there. Yeah. It's so good that it is to die for.
Yeah. So you should put it after the tagline so people don't get confused.
It was my gamer tag. It was my gamer tag on Xbox. Fatal Nexus. That was my gamer tag on Xbox back in the day.
Oh man.
So I just kept it.
This has been too much fun, man. Anyway, gotta get going. Okay. Everyone, if you wouldn't mind doing the engagement factor, which is share, like, follow, comment, all of it, any of it, doesn't matter, because helping with engagement helps my reach for more people, to have more people on. It's a catch-22. I get to reach more people. I get to have more different conversations with others, and it's a blast. FatalInvesting, Mel Hellstar, UB Legend. I've had so many different people on. It's not even funny. 80 plus different people. How about that? 80 plus different people in a short span of time. 80 plus different people. And it can only go from there. So you guys help me with that. And again, if you'd like to be on yourself, go to the link tree, follow the links, find me there, and we can get started. And if you don't even want to do that, just go to the comment section of YouTube Rumble, and we can get started there too. It's that simple, that easy. And it's not, you know what? And it's a lot of fun. It really is. I learned a little something today, even though I'll probably forget it tomorrow because I got to go to work. What happened to Tiny? Oh, well, he was going to come on, and then all of a sudden I couldn't get a hold of him. And then it was like a few days after the fact, his internet was out, was basically the answer I got. So we'll try to do again in the future, but right then and there, his internet went out because he's in South Africa. So it's possible that stuff could be happening there. That's why his internet went out. So Tiny didn't have internet. That's why he didn't show up. So, but anyway, yes, again, helping with my engagement on either end, and then you can go to the link tree to come on, and we'll go from there. So, sir, before we go, I have this thing. It's called Questions from a Hat, and you get 2 freebies. And if people want more than the 2, they got to pay a rent for it. That's the deal. All right. So I'm not looking. I'm not looking at all. I'm feeling with my fingers, but I'm not looking at all. So, okay, here's one. What is the question? Oh, don't do that. Okay, what is the question? God, I wish I didn't wrap it up so tight like it was. Okay, here we go. And this is a weird one, but is a hot dog or a taco a sandwich? Is it considered a sandwich from your perspective? The hat are doing. It's not the hat.
Ooh. A hot dog, yes. A taco, no.
No. Okay. I know it's one of those weird ones, but it was suggested to me. So.
All right.
All right. So on to question number 2. Okay. Let's see what you get. Round and round and round we go. Which question comes up? Nobody knows. Okay.
Flipping the blap. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. What's the strangest talent you have that's completely useless?
Oh, I could do this.
That's the spot. That's the complicated Vulcan version.
I could just. Ready?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
I don't know why I could just do that. I was bored one day in like high school, and I started.
Don't ask me to try hot dog and taco. Isn't this a family stream? No. If you were here with me with Melstar, it wasn't a family stream. I could tell the future. I'm sure you can.
I try to keep it a family stream. I try to.
Well, I mean, there's Chrono, there's Patty's Gaming. They're all different people who are of the Christian faith, and it's funny how many people I've talked to have Meg, mediocre gamer girl, Christian faith. It's a lot of different Christians, and they're all on here. But Steve's doing his doing it.
I can't really do that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. It is a weird thing. But thank you so much for Fatal, and you can always come back on. This is never just a one-time ordeal because there's always something to learn. But thank you for coming on. And guys, I gotta check my thing. Not be able to make it. Oh, that's fine. So tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, I will be having my Pay It Forward stream. You know what my Pay It Forward stream is. As I go around during the live stream section, not just live stream gaming or live stream this, whatever. It's just a whole live stream gaming, live stream section thing. And I go around and I choose a person per page. I go in, I give a few nice words, I give some rant, I help with the engagement factor. And whether or not they see it or see me, that's fine. Doing another requires a rant blip. So unless a rant pops up, I'm not doing another question. Those are the rules. And Steve says, because I'm a Star Trek fan, original Star Trek, not the woke stuff. Okay. But yeah, so I will be doing 7 p.m. Eastern. He will do another for $1 blip. That's right. Music channel. We'll call it indescribably painful.
Hans. I mean, check it out, guys. It's a bunch of stuff there. It's a bunch of stuff. It goes from like rap to like pop to like Christian music. So it's a bunch of stuff.
Music to die for and rise again.
Rants likes it. Rants likes all of those.
Then I'm done. I don't care. Just no.
Okay, fine. Sweets likes it. How about that? Sweets likes it.
Yeah, well, she's part of Rant, so that's a little different. But anyway, 7 p.m. Eastern, Pay It Forward stream. Fortunately, Sand King is not going to be able to come work stuff. So he's not gonna be able to come. But I'll also probably maybe go on a little after and just chat a bit if people are there. But if not, it'll just be the pay it forward stream. I hope you're able to.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Uh-oh.
All right, we got a winner. We got a
All
winner.
right. We got a winner.
Block Plymouth paid the deal. Thank you, Big Block. Now I've got to write down a note as well. I forgot. I wrote down the other two, but I write down notepads. So you see those post-it notes, the really red ones like this.
Yeah.
Those are the memberships, and the other colored ones are rants.
Oh,
so,
wow. You keep all of that tracking, huh? Nice.
Well, I have the back end for the Rumble rant stuff, but yes, I do. All right, so because of Big Block, we get a third one. Okay, and if it's the same one I've picked before, it goes back in. We do another. Okay, I'm trying to find. I don't know. It feels like a pinball machine here. Really? How about this? Okay, so I got this right here. Got that. What does it say? Okay. Oh, here we go. What is your least favorite word?
Oh, irregardless.
Irregardless, you're second person who said that.
I hate that word so. I know it's a real word, but my goodness, I despise it with a passion. Irregardless, I'm like, ugh.
All right. Well, I I don't know if I should do it or not. I have an opportunity to read a ad read, but I don't know if I should do that.
Go ahead, I don't care.
Okay.
Go ahead, man.
We'll do this. I'm gonna pick one that's gonna. No, you don't have to turn it off.
Okay.
I'm gonna choose the right side because I'm not gonna do this crap. Okay. Offering does not match bill earning. Well, fudge that. Okay. Well, don't give me that bull crap. All right. There we go. Okay. 2/3 of Americans are at risk of blackouts from heat waves. Are you prepared? Claim your power independence from our community's crumbling power grid with the Patriot Power Generator 2000X. That's right, 2000X. Over 150,000 Americans trust these powerful solar generators to run things like their fridge, fans, TV, CPAP, and more during an emergency. Get yours today at 4patriots.com. That's a number 4, patriots.com, and score a free 100-watt solar panel. If you're ready to have the ultimate in blackout protection and get a free solar panel, go to 4, the number 4, Patriots, patriots.com now. Again, that's 4patriots.com now. And get that free 100-watt solar panel because they're offering it. So, all right.
I try my best, sir.
Oh, you're welcome. You could read. Oh, you could read the ad irregardless.
I hate that word. I hate that word so much.
There's a word I find funny, and it came from the solar. I hate the term solar drainer. It's just a box with a huge battery that connects to solar panels. Yeah, but it's what's in the script, and I read the script. It is, but there was a show called That 70s Show, and in that show they had a point where they sit around the circle, do the ganja stuff, whatever. But anyway, the character Michael Kelso is like, there's a word I heard, and he's just laughing throughout, whether it's part of the ganja, or whatever, and he's laughing throughout. And the funniest word is pickle weasel. He keeps saying, every time he says the word pickle weasel, he's just laughing so hard, and I'm like, that is funny. Pickle weasel. That's just a funny word I've heard. But anyway, thank you guys so much, and don't forget to help with the engagement factor, because again, it helps me have more people on, like Hans, like FatalInvesting, like you, Legend, and so many more. Because again, I can be overlooked, and I can be told you don't have the numbers. I'm like, okay, you're missing out. But anyway, guys, hope you'll be able to join me tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern for the Pay It Forward stream, and hope to see you later then. Oh, and also, of course, not yet. Hold on. Of course, as always, we we end out with One Day With You by Pogo. Have a great night, guys. And see you tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. Bye, guys.